On this episode of the Goodest Cast, we have Jimmy Yates, straight out of Houston, Texas. R32 whipping, S13 coupe whipping. Good dude. He runs Knuckle Up. He emceed Final Bout with me last year, which was a blast. He's a funny dude. He's doing it again this year, and I feel like it's good timing to drop this episode just before so you can hear his voice for 3 hours and then through the whole weekend. So JY is dope. He's good people. He's always looked out for me. He was like one of our first podcast episodes back in the day, probably like 4 years ago now. So we kind of had like a recheck in. He's a dad now. He started Knuckle Up since then. So it's been really interesting. We kind of had like kind of a check in and a real talk about life. So I hope you enjoy it. Jimmy Yates, roll it. Tire Streets. I think you know a bit about Tire Streets by now. Tire Streets is a great place. Tire Streets is the only place you should go for tires. And I'm not just saying that because they paid me to. I'm saying that because I actually really like their tires, and I think that you guys should try them. And if you haven't yet, use the link in the description or go to tirestreets.com/goodest and buy some tires. But, you know, you could buy tires for your truck or your rally car or whatever. It doesn't have to be for drifting. If you have a favorite tire already, save yourself some money on the streetcar or the daily. Goodest 15 for anything on the site. 15% off. Or if you want some 651s because you're a fucking savage, get yourself 651s with a 20% discount. Goodest 651. Or if you buy in bulk, make sure to use that link because I get credit and I like getting credit because it makes me look good. Do that and stock up for the season. They do bulk discounts. If you like the tires, spend $1,000. Spend $10,000. Tell them I sent you.
Yeah, man, it's nice to be in the garage, dude.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah, it's way better than Zoom.
I actually came home early and cleaned it out.
I appreciate that.
It was a disaster trying to get ready for the event. There was still like vinyl wrapping paper like all over, and like at one point I was having to do the oil change on my wife's car, and I didn't have an oil like catch thing, so I had to use like my car wash bucket, and so like I like had to go clean that out, and like it's just a chaos. So I just try to move everything around so you can set up.
It looks nice now.
Thanks. It's way better.
Yeah, so you did episode, I don't remember which one it was, but it was early.
Top 10.
Super early, yeah.
Yeah, first year probably.
Yeah, the numbers don't correlate to which episodes they were, 'cause I started at 4, so.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm like 12.
Yeah.
So, top 10.
Yeah, and that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you started in 2020, the same year we started the Knuckle Up stuff.
Yeah.
Because you're like Jimmy Yates of Essence and Knuckle Up. So, Knuckle Up had just started, and you just started the podcast.
Yeah. So. And here we are 4 years later, finally made it to a Knuckle Up event.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm coming out.
You didn't even drive.
Yeah. I was like, I'm coming out. I'll be like, I remember during the podcast, I was like, dude, I'm making my way out there.
Yeah, I'm going coast to coast.
I'm coming out, and then just never did it.
No. Have you even made it to the East Coast yet? Not in your car.
No. I mean, I went out to, I emceed Final Bout at like the Northwest. Northeast
one.
East.
But like, no, you didn't trailer your car like cross the country to like go drive.
No, I finally got the truck that I wanted to do that with. So
that's good.
Yeah.
You got another 4Runner, or you got a truck?
I got a Tundra.
Ooh. With the 5.7 or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. I got my dream truck, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Did Fat Cats talk to you about KC's Tundra?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's funny then.
The 4.6 that gets like 6 miles per gallon towing.
Yeah, they had to stop every 150 miles or something.
I thought about getting one of those.
Yeah.
And hearing that story made me so happy I did.
Whenever it was, I don't know, Final Bout 6 or 5 or something when we went. And it was just like we got up there, and then they were just telling us, like Casey was like holding them down because they, like Eddie has like a big diesel truck, so like he's doing like a big 2-car trailer and getting better than the KC and his like Tundra. I was like, damn, dude, that sucks.
Yeah, Toyota V8's reliable as all hell.
Yeah.
Worst gas mileage on the planet.
For sure.
Yeah, that's how they're reliable. They just dump fuel
in it. Yeah, they just run rich the whole time. That was like my Titan. My Titan would last forever, but like towing it would just not get anything. It would get like 12
Yeah.
miles a gallon. It's awful.
Uh,
Yeah, it's not fun. But it was a tank. So.
yeah. That's what my Tundra gets like.
Yeah.
Without a trailer.
I think like the Titan without the trailer or anything, it was like 15 or 18 on the highway, I think.
Yeah, it's closer to that.
Yeah.
I'm being dramatic.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah.
It should be that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But yeah, no. Never again. I'll never get like I got this diesel, it's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 3 liter?
Yeah.
Oh.
3-liter Duramax, dude. It is
That's the move.
30 miles a gallon all day. It's so nice.
What do you get towing?
22, 24.
Oh my god.
I think.
I bought the wrong truck.
Yeah. Like towing home yesterday, it was like, I mean, it's not that far of a drive, and it's not hills or anything. It's all flat.
Yeah.
But I think it was like 22 and a half, maybe.
Oh, that's so good.
I think whenever we went to
Especially out here, you guys' diesel is so cheap, man.
yeah, it's like, well, it was super cheap when I bought the truck. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay more for the truck because fuel's cheaper.
Yeah.
But now, like, fuel is like diesel's still like the same as premium almost.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
But it's better than paying regular and getting half the MPG.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
yeah. But yeah, like when I towed to Mid Pond last summer, I had like the tire machine on the trailer, all the spares, the family, like all that stuff, the truck.
Yeah.
Or the car. And I think I was getting like 15 to 18.
Man.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's not bad.
They're a little workhorse, dude. They're
Yep.
cool. Yeah. Big advocate for that thing.
Yeah, so you had some big changes since the last time you were on.
Yeah. 2 kids. New car.
Yep.
What
Sitting
else?
right in front of it, actually.
Yeah. This is it. It's pretty cool.
Freshly released new livery.
Yeah.
New build.
New build finally after like 2 years.
Yeah. Have you've been keeping this thing a secret?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, I would do little updates and stuff like that. I mean, the Skyline was still runs and drives, so I was still like able to drive that during the whole time of building this thing. But yeah, the livery for sure. Like the livery, I think I've had the design for like a year and a half because I thought I'd be able to like whip the car up fairly quick. Yeah, because I had like all the drivetrain stuff and like all the arms. Like majority of the stuff I had just left over from like part outs or like from other failed builds that I tried, or like spares for the Skyline kind of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought I'd be able to whip this car up in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And be ready for like last year.
Yeah.
Season, you know, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll drive it for 2023. Yeah, it didn't work out. Like I finally got to drive it New Year's a couple months ago. So
what do you think though compared to the Skyline?
The Skyline's maybe a sloppy driver, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, because like the Skyline, I think I drove the Skyline best when it was like T28.
Yeah.
Like real peppy and stuff like that. And then I put the 3071 on. So like I can definitely tell with this car that I'm like pretty like using the power to like do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this car's quick still, like from what everybody was telling me over the event. Like I was jumping everybody's car and like I mean, you saw it. I was pulling down the straight
from your team like crazy.
And like everybody runs T28s. So I don't know why this car is set up that much better. So it doesn't have anything special.
Yeah.
It just has like the Stance Naoki spec coilovers, like
what gearing?
4.1 stock gearing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
2-way,
fast.
2-way LSD.
Okay.
Has a CAS 2-way in it.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's it. Like a decent alignment. That's it. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the car's way snappier. Like Skyline's not as like snappy, so you can kind of like drive with the throttle.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very like more boaty, where this car like it snaps.
Yeah.
And it's quick. So it's definitely, it takes me like 6 laps to like get my like eye-hand coordination dialed into the car.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, now I know what to predict. And like this car, even like if you foot brake, it'll like pivot the car more.
Yeah.
And Skyline doesn't do that.
Interesting. And you're still, because like a lot of people do the S chassis front end swap on the Skylines, but you didn't.
Mine's still double wishbone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that makes a big difference. I think.
I think so. I think the amount of weight or whatever it is up there, or like just the geometry.
Yeah.
Is definitely, you can definitely feel a difference.
I drove an R32 4-door with like S chassis front suspension swap, and it just felt like a little bit longer wheel. It kind of felt more like a S14.
Okay.
Like in a way.
Yeah.
But I've never driven like a double wishbone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's not like sloppy or anything like that, but it's way more like boaty. Like, yeah, it's not as nimble. I feel like, which was the whole reason I built this car, because I wanted like, I had this like big thing, like, you know, like we talked about it. I think it was like Final Bout 5. Like I brought the car, it was like dumped. Yeah. And it was just like, I was like, dude, this sucks. It was like binding, like, and like drove like shit. And I was like sick of it. I was like, I'm going home, raising my car. Yeah. And that's what we did. We raised the cars up and put 265s in the back. Yeah. And they were like, oh, I get it. Yeah. Like that time, I was like, all right, cool. Well, the Skyline, like, isn't going to be that car. Yeah. Like,
but I'll make one that is.
Yeah. I need to make one that is. And I get it.
Yeah.
So.
Controversial.
It's very controversial, dude. Especially like me with like Knuckle Up. Like the whole point was like style and make cool shit.
Yeah, but this is still cool. I don't know.
This is my happy medium.
Yeah.
Because I still
it's still low.
It's still low, yeah, for sure.
It's not.
Because I lowered it. Yeah. It was way up in the front.
Really?
Like it was tooted, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how I drove it for Double Cup 3 in New Year's. It was tooted up in the front and like it drove sick. But I didn't get a lot of driving time with it. And so.
Did you notice a big difference dropping it down?
Not really. No, because even with the Skyline, whenever I dumped the fucking Skyline, like dumped it on its nuts on the Garsons. Yeah. I added sway bars and the car drove way better, like super low.
Oh, you weren't on sway bars before?
No, I upgraded sway bars. I went to like white line sway bars on the Skyline because I knew the car was gonna be so low that on like transitions, I didn't want it to like roll and like just like. Yeah. So I try to like make it as firm planted as possible. And like for some reason, like lowering the car at big wheels, the car drove way better.
Interesting.
But Speed Sports is so flat. So when you took that to US Air, it was just like
because of the elevation change.
Yeah. Right. So it just piles all in. And when the car was red, it did that same thing too. When it was like super low. So like it just wasn't fun to drive there.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the whole idea. And then like fucking Skyline parts are so expensive because all the people that are like fanboy over the cars just buy all of them and like they don't know what to pay for, so they're overpaying for everything.
Yeah.
So I had like OEM GTR fenders, and I like traded like my old like replica BN fenders, front fenders for them, like straight trade. Yeah. And then we started like getting a little bit more like better driving. And I was like, I'm gonna toast these things. Like we're gonna get in a collision. Yeah. I sold them for $1,200. Fenders, OEM fenders, $1,200. I was like, yeah, I can't drive. I can't progress my driving
with like $1,200 fenders.
No, you can't. Like, I'd rather just buy like the $300 vintage fenders, and like just keep it going. And like at that point, I was like, and I think at that time, because I had Lily, my first kid, and then like a couple months later, I got this chassis because I was like, for me to continue driving, I need to build a car that's like financially like
responsible.
Yes. Like a little bit cheaper than the Skyline. Cause like, fortunately I have doors and stuff like that saved up for the Skyline, but
you don't want to have to use them.
Right. And like a windshield, I went through that whole fiasco of like a windshield was like $1,000.
Yeah. Cause you got to get it shipped over here.
Yeah. You have to like I waited like almost 2 years to finally just bite the bullet and buy a windshield for that thing.
Oh man.
So yeah, I was like, all right, well, like S13 windshields are like $100.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just
you can call your local auto glass place and get a windshield
right.
done.
So yeah, it's just cheaper to operate this vehicle.
Yeah.
Which is what I needed.
Yeah.
Turnkey, just go.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys are trying to push like the team driving stuff.
Yeah.
A bit more.
Trying to. It doesn't work. We suck.
Nah.
I quit, dude. I quit. I threw in the towel fucking Saturday. I was done.
Did you? I'm okay with that because I think you're a better announcer than me, honestly.
Well, that's what I told Simba. Yesterday, when we were like in the pits.
Yeah.
I said, hey Simba, let me know when Palmer like requests me because I'll be there because I'm done with this team shit.
Oh no, I told him before we even got to.
I know.
I was like, is Jimmy driving? He's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
I was like, I got to do this on my own because, dude, we had to MC for like 8 hours at the last Final Bout
Yeah.
6 because of the
The comp
competition.
went over and over and
It
over.
was so long. And like, if I was up there by myself, no shot.
Yeah.
Like Martino was up there, he was killing it, but like, dude,
Yeah,
he
solo.
was fucking JY is taking prop bets
Yeah, dude.
from the crowd.
For the crowd. I was taking cash for the crowd.
It was so good.
For Street versus Pro C. That was so good.
That was probably one of the most exciting moments in Final Bout history.
I
in
think
my
so
opinion.
too.
Yeah.
I like, not to tote my own horn, but like I think that was the moment where I'm like, yeah, driving's cool, but like at this point in my life, to like leave my family and stuff like that and like tow this car all the way, and I've never had good success in my eyes at Final Bout.
Yeah.
I'd rather like just go and do that. Like I can
Yeah.
still be part of the community like I want to, but like that was so fun just hanging out with you guys and just
Yeah.
like bullshitting.
Yep.
It was like a good like dad vacation for me.
Yeah.
You know, like I can just
Yeah.
go in there, like shoot the shit with boys. I can still come back with all the inspiration I want. I don't have to like pay thousands of dollars, break my car, all that shit.
Yep.
And just like cool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's I don't know, if you can entertain the people, like it's
Yeah.
It's worth
You know,
it.
like I'm an idiot, so I'll just chit chat on the mic all
Yeah.
day. So
Yeah.
it's easy, but yeah, that's what I told Simba yesterday. Like Simba and Lee were sitting in our pits hanging out, and I was like, "Yeah, let me know when you want me wherever. I'll be there because this team shit, I'm over it." So
It's tough, man.
it is. It's tough. Yeah, this like recently, it's been very different. Like here locally for like the scene.
Yeah.
Like we're starting to get I don't know if it's happening in like other like drift communities in Texas, but like we're starting to see other people kind of gravitate towards us, which I would have never thought.
Yeah.
Like Good Feeling, like those the Lone Star dudes.
Yeah.
Right. They've been like they'll come and drive 2 or 3 times with us now throughout the year.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is really cool. And like it's really made me question like the last 10 years because those guys, they did all their driving, got really, really good. And then like the last couple of years, they've made like really cool cars.
Yeah. They focused on driving and then
Yeah.
building cool cars.
And then vice versa, well, I say us, but me,
Yeah.
I made cool cars forever. And now I'm like having to play catch up on driving.
Mhm.
So it's like, was it the right way of going about it or, you know,
Yeah,
whatever. It's like,
an
it's really
interesting-
weird. Yeah. And then the idea of like only driving one track, like I don't have time to go drive other tracks anymore because I have kids. So like, does driving speed sports only is like,
Is it hurting you?
yes, right.
Hmm.
You know? So it's like, what do I need to do to like, because a lot of people are in the same boat. Like they only drive speed sports because they don't want to go drive the other events.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, got to put my dad cap on. How can I help the kids in the community like get better? So, you know, we do the field trip thing once a year, which is cool. Like that worked out last year. We're gonna do it again this year. But like, what can I do to like make everybody better? Because when we started Knuckle Up, I think there was a big surgence of drivers getting better. That a lot of people were like, "Oh, you just make cool cars, you can't drive."
Yeah.
But then I think like the first like 2.5 years,
They're like, oh, they're having fun over there.
yeah, they're having fun, but like we were getting better because we were driving. We had a place to drive.
Yeah.
And but I think as of late, we've kind of like not stagnant, but like the growth hasn't been as exponential as it was in the beginning.
I think it's good that you have people who have been focusing on the driving now coming in and then trying to get good at building the cars and like assimilate.
Yeah.
Because that brings up like their
The skill
style, right? Like they're seeing all these stylish cars and they're like, oh, that's how they did that. That looks good. This looks good.
Yeah.
Like I want this and whatever. And then you have the drivers who are really good at building stylish cars, seeing what the driving can be done in cars that are stylish.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's like a big thing of like just feeding off each other and making things like you have like a middle ground now where things are very like intermeshing.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because you're like,
what's crazy is like that's not happening on the West Coast at all. It's
Really?
still very separate.
Divided, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm seeing it. Like it was interesting to see like Good Feeling and like Risky Business. Like those Risky Business, those are all seemingly like pro-am style dudes, but then they're like, let's just paint our cars all the same color and lower them a little bit and like put cool wheels on.
Yeah.
And, like build a basic car. We don't have to spend $30,000 a year to go drifting and have a good time.
No, not at
and they're
all.
like, oh, there's something to this,
Yeah.
you know? And so like, I think the more people that realize like, you know, you're probably not going to make it to FD.
Yeah, no.
If you do go to pro spec, like you better have a trust fund
Yeah.
and like, or I don't know, be good at day trading and crypto or something.
or like get the winning lottery numbers.
Yeah, or whatever
Right.
whatever. I don't know. Whatever they're doing in the back rooms at SEMA, you know?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It rhymes. Never mind. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
No, I mean like some of the guys that have like Good Feeling, like Patrick Carson, I'm pretty sure he won like Texas Street Legal, like
Yeah.
I don't know, 5 years ago, probably something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or
But like, where do you go from there?
Right.
Right.
Or like
if
Zach,
if you don't have if you don't have like big money,
Right.
or like at least not have to work a full-time job and you can do it full-time kind of thing. But like if you got a full-time, if you're supporting yourself doing this and like you're living on your own, like you can still get into Final Bout and like do like have a cool team.
Yep.
And if you all you care about is driving, like have one dude on the team who like actually knows how to make cool cars, style all the cars.
build everybody's cars.
That's it, because it's so hard to find. I was talking to I can't remember. I was talking to like a million people this weekend, but I was telling them about like, I'm holding the mic like super hard
I'm like
too,
death gripping that thing.
Me too.
It's fine.
I'm just doing two fingers now.
I'm relaxing.
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody and I was talking about how it's so difficult to find not only a group of people near you that all have, you know,
Same mindset,
similar French, like, you know, a crew who also likes cool cars, who can also like dedicate enough time and resources to be able to do this, and then also have enough like flexibility.
Yeah.
Like, it's not common that you can find people who are good at styling cars and good at driving together. And that's why when you see Final Bout and you see the finals, it's like there's only like a couple teams who are have really cool cars and really throwing down, because it's just so difficult to do.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't know, like I am still like a Final Bout purist, I feel like.
Yeah.
I hold it at a very high regard, but like that's why we see like new teams every year and they only drive Final Bout and they disperse.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think Kevin even said it, is like there should be a clause, like you have to be a team for like 3 years before you can enter. Because you could like literally assemble like the best drivers in the world, come up with some dumbass name, and then drive and just sweep the whole fucking event.
Yeah.
Like, I think...
But that's if they can have cool cars. And like even that's happened and the cars aren't amazing, you know?
Right.
But they still make it because it's like...
Right. And I think like, I don't know, I haven't really talked to Simba about it, but I think there's been more emphasis on the driving aspect of Final Bout.
Yeah.
I think it weighs a little bit more than the car show portion, which I guess, I don't know, when it first started, it was just like slim pickings and you couldn't really like justify the driving. Because that was just like that core group.
It was 100% chosen on cool cars that drift.
Right.
It didn't
that
matter
drift. It didn't matter how good you are or anything. So now that we're 10 years into Final Bout.
Yeah.
And now it's readily available and like all the influence and stuff like that have changed and done stuff like that. It's just like, I think a lot of people, I think it is at the end of the day, if you've driven long enough, it's easier to make a cool car than it is to like get to a certain level of driving.
Right. But I would say that it's still pretty difficult to make a cool car. It should be easier than it is, but I think like having that mindset and like being able to like differentiate what is cool versus what is not cool. And
true. But I mean, like, it's very, I don't know the word, but it's like opinionated. Like, what you think cool would be way different than what I could think cool, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. Like, it just depends on what is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
You know, it's
everybody's got their. It's very subjective,
right? It's like and like I finally threw in the red or the white flag for that one because I used to be, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago. I was like, no, this is what's fucking cool.
Yeah,
like, what you're thinking is cool is not fucking cool. And I was like, it was an uphill battle and I always lost it. So I just kind of like stopped trying to convince people what I thought was cool was the coolest.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's cool. All right, cool, good for you. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't affect me. Like you have to like really think about the bigger picture.
Yeah,
and I think like this is like deep, like the iceberg of like JY kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, let's get into the JY iceberg. Here comes the Titanic. What's up?
Yeah. A lot of people think that like I have this big ego kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's like I just have a big personality.
You have a big personality.
I do have a big personality, but like if anybody ever talked to me in person, like I feel like I'm very like, I don't know, genuine, like hospitable, like, you know, stuff like that. I always welcome everybody with open arms kind of thing. Like, I don't know. So it's like, I don't know. Anyways, but I think that probably the ego thing stemmed from like back in the day, like on Facebook, where it was like, if your car wasn't fucking low, then, you know, it's just like, you suck, you know? And now I'm on the opposite end because I raised my car and all the younger guys are like, dude, fucking, you should only run like a 225 tire.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, I have fucking kids. Like, I need 265s to last for an event so I can, like, not have my wife yell at me, you know? Like,
dude, that is so fucking relatable. Oh my God. Yeah,
it's just like, I have to look at the grand scheme of things. Like, I need a taller car because I don't want to, like, go off track or hit someone and break aero and then I have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix my aero again.
Yeah.
Because I do want to, like, I understand that, like, at least for me, I put it on myself that, like, Knuckle Up, I have to represent Knuckle Up, so I have to have a presentable vehicle. Like, I don't want to show up with bumpers missing or stuff like that. Like, I treat it as, like, I'm a representation of what everybody sees here.
Yeah.
So I try to do my best to, like, do that. So, yeah, now that I have, like, a little bit taller car, like, bigger tires, stuff like that. Yeah,
like what happened in the lead by example. You're like, I am.
Yeah,
like you'll
so,
see.
like,
Trust me.
You know, and I still have the Skyline. So like the Skyline, I'm gonna put BN on it. I'm gonna put like big chrome wheels. I'm gonna dump it on its nuts. And I just show it. Just if you want it, you can have both.
You can have both.
Even what Julian said, like the last couple reels you shared was like Julian still loves.
We all do.
Yeah, it's the coolest shit. We get it.
Yeah.
But at an age, you get to the point where like, okay, like
you're like, I just want to have fun.
I just want to have fun. I just want to drive. I don't want to like have stuff that's like hold me back or like I'd rather not dump all this fucking money into a car anymore
and just not enjoy it.
Yeah, it
not
sucks.
Be able to,
yeah, and it definitely holds you back.
Here's the realest shit ever.
What's up?
As you get older, life only just becomes less like fun and more stress.
Absolutely.
And like when you're younger, like you don't really have that many responsibilities or stuff to worry about, or like if you run out of money, like you'll be okay most of the time.
Yeah. I have no safety net. I am the safety net.
Yeah, I am the safety net now. I can't like go out and like just destroy the aero on my car and like relip all my wheels every time I drive it.
Nope.
So like driving is now like to go have fun and like escape all of the stresses of life, not add 50 more.
Right.
And like that's like that's not the only, like obviously there's other reasons in like progressing and driving and
like they're like we're not just going out there like lackadaisically and just like, oh yeah, let's just because like there's a goal.
You could go drive the slam car. You would just
and do that all the time.
You would just fine. You just have to do it at 70% because like now it's like, okay, well like I came out here, I don't want to like replace everything on my car, so I'm not gonna like blow off the track. Now I go off of AVS and it's like I might eat a bumper, you know?
Yeah.
But like at least I'm not like smoking the entire kit.
Right. Yeah. Like I went off track on this thing, like at Double Cup in New Year's.
Yeah.
And like I off-roaded and went right back on the track.
Yeah.
And I like hopped out, checked aero, nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck yes. If I was in the Skyline, everything gone.
Yeah.
Everything.
If anyone was at Super D at AVS, they paid that now. There's a little pass-through road, but like now he used to just drive through the dirt.
Right.
Like, and it's soft. Like
so you get like it's not as tall, so you'd sink in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like it's like, well, we want to do that. Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
It's just, dude, it's just like different times and like And I don't like push the younger kids to like raise their cars and stuff like that. I mean, I'll say, hey, this is why I'm doing it or whatever. Like,
whatever. It always feels very one-sided.
It always is, and it's like I always feel I'm always on the minority side. Like whenever the car was low, everybody's like, "Oh no, you don't know how to drive," like that. Now, like raise my car, and now. Yeah, it's like, oh no, your car is too tall. You gotta lower it. I have all these people. It's like
you're like, I got both though.
I never fucking win here, so I just it's like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm gonna go raise my kids.
Yeah,
just go home.
Yeah. I'm not gonna worry about. I'm gonna raise my kids and my car.
Yeah. That's it. Like, what else can I do?
That's life. I don't know. It is like this really odd thing. I don't know.
It is. It's so weird, and I don't know if it's like. I don't know. It's like people don't want to vocalize until it affects them.
Yeah.
And like what they consider a negative impact. But I don't know. It's just like it gets really it wears on you.
Yeah.
Because I know like I don't know, maybe I just like self-impose a lot of things on myself. Where I'm like maybe not as many people are looking at me as I think kind of thing,
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I always try to be somewhat conscious of like what I do. Yeah. Because I don't want to like give out the wrong like image or something like that. It's very dad shit, dude, at this point. It's crazy. Like the last 2 years, like having a kid, I'm full blown dad. Like not only for my kids, but like the whole community. It's weird.
I can see that.
It's so weird.
But I think people are very appreciative of what you've done out here.
Yeah, I mean, I always get like the simple thank yous and like hugs like mean the world to me now.
Yeah.
Like just the simplest things.
Yeah.
Like I'll have drivers that will just like, hey, thank you for like letting me drive the event, and like it means the world to me, and I'm like, dude, no problem. If letting you just drive a stupid drifting event makes the biggest positive impact in your life, by all means, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like that's so great. So yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's you got to give the people a place. So that's just what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
And like, I've relaxed the rules, like, like natural progression kind of stuff. Like, and
it's not ever going to get to a point where it's just demo derby. You still want nice cars or whatever. But like, there's different styles. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, like speed sports isn't the place for that either.
Yeah.
Right. Like we can't go full blown, like Naoki cutting corners and shit like that. Like we can't do that in speed sports.
Yes.
So the track is really tailoring our driving style.
Yeah.
Even though like, I could raise this thing and try to be like you guys, but like the track doesn't really, I mean, speed sports isn't that kind of track. It's no big entry kind of thing. So it's not like that. Even if you ran it, you didn't get a chance to drive normal layout, huh?
No.
Yeah. So the normal layout is just a big run up, but like you really can't it's not like AVS where it's like big runoff or like, because they've extended it now, but like it's not like a big sweeper. It's a pretty tight corner.
Yeah.
So
I saw. I mean, like you could get in there, but like the angle that the corner is, it doesn't like decrease.
Right.
So it's not like it can. It's not like you can like slow, like use angle to slow down and then like
follow the trajectory
on
of
the
track.
right line.
Right.
Like it's like you have to like flick in and then like carry it.
Yes.
Which is kind of not ideal for those kind of entries.
Not at all. So yeah, I mean like it's just different. So
environment, man. It's like depends on where you're at, like what you have and what opportunities, like what course layouts and I don't know what you can do is just change the layout every time, and someone's gonna complain or whatever. But like it will
all the time.
Yeah,
like 2-day events, we'll always start off reverse now.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, all right, today we're gonna, and then Sunday will be normal.
Yeah,
no one wants to fucking drive normal layout. They always want to do reverse. So what we ended up doing majority of the time now is we'll do reverse on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we'll spend like half the day on normal, and then we'll close out Sunday on reverse again.
Yeah.
But it goes back to what I'm saying is like, I think that's hindering our progression.
Yeah. Like just having two layouts to go back and forth. And like, I do, this might be a controversial opinion, but I do think like treacherous stuff does teach you. Like, I have learned more from crashing than anything.
Right.
And so like, but like, I don't know, I saw some carnage, like people were pushing.
Yeah.
And like, I do think that there's going to be progression that comes from that.
Yeah. I've mapped it out like the pits that we have. Like
Ilya's gonna hate that comment.
What?
I've learned more from crashing than anything.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Ilya.
But the pits at Speed Sports, geographically, it's the exact same size as Mahon E-Course or whatever the big Mahon skid pad is.
Yeah.
It's the same size. So we could literally create any layout that has.
Yeah, why not do that?
Right. Like I really want to hold a skid pad event like there.
So that's
and just have everybody pit in the front parking lot at Domino's.
That's one thing that like Good Luck League does really well is Lucky is so good at designing the courses. And he lays them out and they're different every time. And he's got like 7 or 8 courses that he switches between, but they're all designed to teach people to carry momentum.
Yeah.
And also have like big angle slowdown corners and stuff like that. And that will teach people faster, because like if you have to relearn the track every time you show up, it's like it's a math problem you have to figure out. And then once you figure that out, it's like, oh well, then if you go to this type of track, like now I know how to do this type of transition. So like that's, people might bitch and moan about driving in a parking lot when there's a track right there, but like if you have them running simultaneously, that could be pretty cool, especially if Knuckle Up continues to grow. And
for sure, because like we don't have any like fast stuff. Like you can, like if you're fast, you could, if you're like a 4.3 or 4.6, you can click third on entry, but then you're immediately back down to second. You can't carry third.
It's a short track.
It's very short. What do you think about the width of the track? Is it narrow? Is it wide? Is it wider than you thought?
It's doable. Yeah, I don't have any issue with the width of the track.
I was just curious. Like you've driven other stuff.
I mean, it feels like Affinity or
cool.
But it feels like a kart track.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, so, but
which
like,
is good. It's technical.
It's technical, but like, I think there's not that risk factor for going faster.
Right. I agree.
You know,
I think I've learned more entering in like 4th. Like, because now, I like driving other people's cars yesterday. I'm like, oh, I'm still in 2nd. Like, flick it.
This is easy.
Yeah. I was like, I'll say it.
Yeah. See, so
I'm not going fast enough where I'm gonna like do any damage to anybody's stuff.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's already broken too, so it doesn't matter. Jet fucked his bumper up, so it didn't matter.
I watched Jet run his bumper over, and I was like, I'm sorry, not like a good thing.
Yeah, but it's like pressure's off.
But I was like, okay, cool. He's gonna let me drive it now. I don't have to stress the bumper.
Exactly. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. I had this big plan of like building this car and like, okay, cool. I'll be able to drive this car pretty much anywhere. Like it should work. I can go do all these tracks. Like I can like financially, I could like go anywhere really. Yeah. But now it's just time thing. Like I can't like leave the wife and kids. Like I guilt trip myself. Like mom's at home with like 2 kids and like
I'm out here
raging my dreams. Yeah. Shit like that. So it's I can't do that anymore as much as I'd like to. And they're not like old enough to like everybody get in the truck and go. Because they're still young.
It'll come.
And maybe in like 5 years.
I've seen that with so many people who like really are dedicated to this stuff.
Yeah.
And at least like, I don't know, I would say that it is a good thing that you're a big personality and that you do have a lot of passion and you do care about the sport and you like are willing to adapt and whatnot, because like that will mean that, say like in a few years when your kids are older and they can come to the track and hang out and they're excited to be there, like you can come back and do it and it'll be like a family endeavor. And like, as long as you're flexible and like move with the times and like whatever and drifting, like whatever drifting is in those years, like you'll be happy with that and you won't be like, oh, it's changed. I don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah, because I think like that's a big thing right now. Like people are saying golden era. Like we're in a golden era right now. Like people don't like. I know I've seen a lot of people that are starting to like actually understand it, but like
I think so too.
We're in a time that we're never gonna get back.
Yeah,
and like not because I think it's just the outside world's changing.
Yeah,
like I have this theory that it's kind of like with horses, right? Back in the day. I don't know where the fuck I heard this from, but I was like, this makes the most sense.
I've said this before.
Is this what you said?
I don't know. Maybe.
But it's like when they invented the car,
horses
immediately went away.
Yep.
Right? And horses are now only at like their own
Ranch.
stables, ranches, and shit like that.
Yeah.
So with EV and like stuff like that, like you're not gonna be able to drive your car. Your car's just gonna be at the track. You're gonna have to go to the track, have your car,
you're gonna have
and
to
drive
like
it.
rent a whatever, or be like
it's gonna be a very country club thing.
Yeah.
And I kind of treat Knuckle Up as a country club sport kind of thing. Like it's very like, so I grew up playing tennis.
Yeah.
And I was never like the rich country club kid. Like I played at the fucking public parks and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
street tennis.
Yeah. But like it's a country club sport, right? So we would play matches at country clubs, and it's like members only kind of thing. So, but that's how you can regulate it. So like that's how I've kind of tried to treat Knuckle Up, is that it's a members only club kind of thing. Yeah, where like that's why you can self-regulate. Like Sunday, I don't know, like no one's running grid.
Yeah.
Like everybody just kind of minds their shit. Like media picks up the arrow for us. Like I don't have any volunteers.
Yeah.
Media does it for us. Like it's dude, it's insane how like amazing it works.
Yeah.
And like forever grateful. So like it's like like Drift Mom, she was like running grid for us.
Yeah.
You know.
Who is that?
So you know,
she was super nice.
Dude, she's the fucking best. Drift Mom is so the team with the 3 white FRSs.
Yeah.
Right. The 1 white FRS with the silver gram lights. There's one with gold gram lights. There's one with silver gram lights, and then the one with the GT wing.
Okay.
Right. The one with silver gram lights. That's B-Way. B-Way used to be a media guy for us.
Oh, that's cool.
So he was like media like for the first year.
Yeah.
And then he started drifting. So then I think his mom previously did.
So that they haven't been driving that long.
No.
They're going to be really good.
Dude, yeah. Dude, those 2 dudes, Christian and B-Way, they come to every KU. And they drive other events and stuff like that. They
rip.
Yeah, they rip. They have like the same cars, like same HKS turbo kit and shit like that. But B-Way's mom, she's the one that like, I think she did like photography elsewhere, but then she started getting into automotive photography. And now she's like, she comes out, like she lives in Arizona, but she flies out every KAU to come hang out with her son and come. Yeah.
That's so rad.
Yeah. So now she's starting to do like media for like Muscleman. She's been out there. She's doing like the LZ tour in a couple weeks or whatever that is. Yeah. So like, Drift Mom, like she's just like the best. And like sometimes she'll like come in town, like bake treats and then bring them to the track and shit like that. What? Dude, she is Drift Mom. It's sick. That's the nicest fucking lady.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah. She was like hyping me up on the start line.
Yeah, she's awesome. But yeah, like, I don't know where we were before that. But anyways, yeah, it's just like the community is insane because it's like everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
Like it's not like some random sign up that shows up and you don't know how they're going to act or whatever.
There's got to be a spot for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And I'm not like going to tell everybody no, but like you can kind of, and one thing I've learned is like, I can't judge someone on their financial situation. Yeah. Like after the first 2 years of Knuckle Up, where we were like all the car, like the first Knuckle Up was insane. Like the cars, it was like a fucking car show.
Yeah.
Like it was insane. I was like, holy shit, I did this. Like we pulled it off.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of people that are like, oh, my car's not painted yet. And I was like, no, you can't like paint your shit first, kind of stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like your wheels, like whatever, like, anyways.
Yeah.
But like I come to like self-realize like, okay, I can't like judge people on their financial situation. So like there's some other rules that I've like incorporated, like unspoken rules, like if someone their first time driving like KU, if they come out with a cool car, like cool, perfect. But if something happens and they don't have money to fix it, I know that you built a cool car. Like I know it's physically possible for you to create that.
Yeah.
Money wise, if it's not there, I get that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You like grandfathered in. You did it once. I know you can do it again. You'll get there again.
I like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like Corollas. I have this on like unspoken rule Corollas.
Yeah.
Like any 8.6 is welcome.
That's a $20,000 car.
Yeah.
Even if it's
rusted
primer.
the fucking shit. Yeah. So like Corollas are like any Corolla can show up to KU.
Yeah.
Like cool. It doesn't matter what the fuck it looks like. Because they're like,
well, that's how like
they're 40 years old, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's how Japan is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. A lot of there's some really nice Corollas, but there's dudes who've been driving the same Corolla for 2 decades, 3 decades.
Yeah. And they're beat, dude.
Yeah.
They're held on with bubblegum and shoestring.
Hey everyone. I'm here to tell you that I like burnouts and I like spin and tire. And there's one place that's going to help you do that. There's a few, but this is one of them. Fuel Lab. It's a laboratory where they do science and they make stuff that helps you do burnouts. And that's the kind of science I want to back. Those are the scientists that I appreciate. Those are the scientists that I salute, because what are they doing? They're providing science that leads to fun, and that's the best kind of science. You don't want to run lean. You want scientists that are going to make sure that you got enough juice to freaking spin them. You know what I'm saying? A Fuel Lab is the place to go. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've learned over the time, but yeah, like as long as I am able to like talk to someone one-on-one,
yeah,
and I feel them out and they're like a good person and like not going to jeopardize like the event for us,
yeah,
then yeah, they can come drive.
Well, yeah, you guys have a good thing in speed sports. I mean, it's like
absolutely.
It's cool. There's like, dude, they got like the food
truck
thing down.
We didn't have anything. We didn't have anything there, and like
it's insane.
Yeah, it's and like. Not to knock on anybody, but like fortunately, like when Alan has had other like organizers come through and host an event there, they just don't like
respect
Alan.
It.
Yeah, but like Alan, I don't think never has had like a good like result or like working with the people. Like they always want. I think a lot of people do it like for money, obviously. Like it takes a lot of time. I've never done it for money.
Yeah,
it's for the culture. Like when we started, we didn't really have a place to go. So like we lucked out and we got this and like that's it. Like that's how I would always. I got a good job. I don't need additional income and stuff like that. I just want to preserve what the fuck I love. So like I told this is what I said on Lee's podcast. I was like, yeah, I have a good job. I make good money. I don't want.
You're not trying to eat off drifting.
Fuck no. Hell no, dude. You fucking starve off drifting, dude. It sucks. No. I just like I wanted a place for people to go drive that like didn't have a place to drive and like had the same mindset that I did, and that's just what it is. So I think that's why it worked with Alan and I. Just like, dude, I'll do all the fucking work. I don't care. You can take all the fucking money as long as we can like drive here and nobody else drives.
Yeah, and
like we preserve it and we'll respect it and like it is. But yeah, now we have fucking Domino's in the parking lot. We have Taco Bell being built.
Yeah,
the 7-Eleven. Dude, there's E85 like a quarter mile up the street.
Yeah.
My car's tuned on it.
Yeah.
Like I went specifically, I towed my car up there, filled it with that E.
From and that station?
That station and got the fucking car tuned. Because I was like, this is the only fuel I get. Because I don't go anywhere. You know, because I have kids and stuff like that. So like, I can't like pack up and go anywhere. Like I can't.
Oh, dude, it's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, and the wife knows.
It's a good vibe, man. And that's cool. Like, that's what's like, that's what I like about events like Good Luck League. And Good Luck League is, it's not invite only, but like he does it in a very similar way. It's like, I want to give the community somewhere to do the driving that I think is like important. And I want to give somewhere to like have it be like a good vibe. And like, you know, he's like playing music in the pits and like all this stuff. Like it's, Sonoma Drift went away and he's like, dude, I have like a waiting list forever. Like it's that. So like,
because that just happened. Sonoma Drift just but they're gonna reopen something. I think I saw
Sonoma Drift on Wednesday nights. So they used to do drags,
and drift,
and then they started doing drifting. That's where I like learned how to drift. And they shut it down because I allegedly I don't know like all the details, but a lot of it had to do with like security costs and like other stuff because it was getting very like the sideshow crowd was coming a lot, and it was like kind of it wasn't everybody, you know, but there was like a bunch of issues with that, and it's just like, man, so like now it's like it's kind of sad and frustrating that like this thing that's not really the same is like impacting us so much, but it's like we did street at one point or whatever, so it's like
so it's kind of
it's like I was like a shitty kid, like now that's like the main thing everyone sees, it's so like that they're only going to allow private events on this like way smaller skid pad, and then they're going to do like 2 events a year pretty much, I think,
like Winter Jam and something else.
There's one called Race Wars, which is like another event organizer, but they like do a drift comp. So it's like, you know, world class facility had drifting and now that's gone. Yeah. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, it's kind of alarming that
drifting is growing so quickly and we are losing venues.
Right. It's wild.
Faster than we're getting new ones.
Right. Yeah, because
we like where we're at.
I mean, it doesn't even pertain to drifting, but we have the big drag strip in Baytown where they hold Texas 2K.
Yeah.
And they like just obliterated it this year.
Yeah, like housing developments or something.
Yeah,
or...
like Texas 2K, everybody fucking knows about that.
Yeah.
That has to bring so much money and they couldn't even like keep the drag strip open.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? Like, I mean, maybe there's more to it. I'm sure there is, and I'm not in that world, but yeah, there's a drag strip like over here, like 4 miles from my house.
Yeah,
and like they used to drift back there because they have a circle track, like a banked circle track kind of thing with like an infield, and like you could like they start you on one side and you like kind of do the chicane, like, and then you get up on the bank, and then I think you go in the infield and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but like they drove that track like 10 years ago, and just this year they started like letting drifting back in there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So like I like if I'm out in my garage, like I can hear like pulls like for the drag strip. Jacob, what do you want?
Hey, put him on the mic.
I'm on the podcast with Palmer. What's up?
Hold him up to the mic.
Oh shit, my bad.
What do you want?
I was trying to figure out if you want to order some bumpers.
Order some bumpers, bro. My shit's good.
Yeah, I know. For now, you're gonna hit some shit and break it though.
All right. Well, let's talk about a group buy later.
Okay, sound good.
All right, cool.
Sorry about your bumper, dude.
See ya.
He ate his, huh?
Yeah, he ate his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Alan puts those fucking barriers up. Goddamn. Anyways, but yeah, they like started drifting there, and it's pretty cool because it could be one of those things where it's like a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And like it'd be easy for me to like put the kids to bed and go over there and like rip for an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and then just come right back. You know, and if I put my shit in the fucking wall, then it's like I'll just Uber home. You know, and pick it up later because it's so close. But yeah, it's like I don't know, like a lot of the venues are yeah, it's crazy. Like a lot of stuff is like closing and opening, but a lot of stuff is you know, popping up. Like Adam LZ has that place in Bakersfield, California.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know there was a track there.
Kern County.
Yeah.
Yeah, well they do like hot pit there, and there's like, but it's an oval track.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's similar to what this is right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know,
that's where like drifting's like really like starting to be more allowed, is like where the circle tracks are, because they're already loud as shit.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
drift cars aren't any louder than circle track cars.
Right. Yeah, that's one of my major concerns for speed sports is the sound ordinance thing. Yeah. I think that's gonna like I think Alan at the track has like a 7 or 10 year like freebie because he did a sound study. Yeah. But I think he'll probably have to do another sound study. And now that like drifting is like the number 2 moneymaker for him there.
Yeah.
He'll have to incorporate that in the sound setting. And then if it's like over the 95 decibel that we have to do, that like drifting won't happen. And I keep telling people like, please just like come drive Knuckle Up, and like, cause we're not going to be able to drive that track forever.
Yeah.
I would assume like we probably have 2 or 3 more years because they're building like they have the water park right across the street, but they have a grocery store right across the street, or they're building like a big HEB.
Yeah,
and
there's like houses pretty close.
Yeah, it's on the fence line.
Yeah,
they're right there.
Yeah.
But the thing we used to drift at this place called Gulf Greyhound Park, GGP. It's just a big like parking lot.
Yeah.
But right across the road was a Walmart.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you go over there, go buy something, you can just hear the cars echo in there. Like straight pipe V8, like Pro-Am cars. Was so fucking loud in that Walmart. And we're like, holy shit. And eventually they sold the property and stuff like that. We don't have events there anymore. But I just assume that if the cars aren't like regulated at Knuckle Up, that audio is going to do the HEB. And HEB is a fucking Texas staple of grocery stores. So they'll put their fucking foot down and say, yeah, no more drifting. You can do the karting, I get it. But like drifting is not going to be able. So that's why I'm like, I know it's a pain in the ass.
Do we all just as a community make our cars a little quieter just so we can keep doing this thing?
Or like even, I know it's harder for you guys, like the EPA and shit like that, like with like smog and shit like that. Like, do you just throw the cat on and do stuff like that?
Yeah, I just don't drive. My car just trailer. And
that's what this thing is, trailer queen. I never drive my cars. I don't have the fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's like the old D1SL rules. Like everyone had to run a cat and have a radio and shit like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Back in the day, D1SO, you had to have a catalytic converter
and a stereo.
Yes, radio too. Yeah, I think so. I think when they first started, it had to be registered. Like your car had to be physically registered on the street.
Yeah.
I think. But I know like the catalytic converter was the thing and the radio. And so you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I know as we get older, we like, as an adult now, we're like more into that. Like we kind of get it.
I'm like,
it's not that big of a fucking deal.
I was like, I could put a muffler on my car.
Yeah, exactly. Like
when I went to drive Laguna, I was like, am I gonna get black flagged immediately? Because my car is loud, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And no, I was like one of the no DB limit days. Cool. So I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, because isn't it Laguna where they have to have like the tailpipes cocked to one side?
Yeah, they got the Laguna pipes. They like call. There's like a name.
Yeah,
for
yeah, that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
maybe
you
we
see like the
GT3s
with like.
Yeah, they're like,
yeah,
that's cool.
And people go like, oh, I don't want to do that. My car quiet. I'm like, you got to drive it here, like
right.
What?
Yeah, like dude, one time we had this dude. He showed up in a Mustang.
Just make dude,
it was
the
like
number one complaint I think of drift cars and like drifting and everything is the noise.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if we can, as a community, do something about the noise, like we will be able to do it forever.
Yeah, it's not like, and you can make your car sound really fucking cool with mufflers and stuff like that. Like Revgasm Josh, like his 180.
Yeah,
like dude, the dude has like resonator mufflers and like a random configuration and shit like that he doesn't want to tell nobody about. But his car sounds fucking badass. Yeah. Like you could just do that. Yeah, it's more money, but like
he's a scientist, bro.
Dude, he's fucking mad scientist. But like we have enough like fabricators, well, locally, like fabricators that are drifters. They can like whip up cool exhausts and like just pay them. You're paying it to a friend essentially. Yeah. And like you just have to look at it like, because we have like English Tune, like they did the exhaust on the Skyline. Yeah. And like they'll probably do the exhaust on this car. Yeah. And then like we have like Alex Corsatech, like he's a fabricator, stuff like that. And like there's a couple other dudes in Dallas that fabricate and people down here. But like the drivers, it's like, here, buddy, like here's, you know, $800 or $1,000. Whip me up an exhaust. It'll last fucking forever. It's quality work. Yeah. It'll make my car sound really fucking cool. Yeah. It's like high clearance, so you can like dump your fucking car if you want and like won't scrape. Like, you know, like there's cool stuff that you can do and still like abide by the rules and like be a little bit more, I don't know, responsible or adultish.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Julian is like a big advocate of loud drift cars. He said it's like important because it's like,
yeah, you want to hear the car. Yeah. No, I get it. Like
he's like, you want to like, and it's like a big part of like seeing, like it's like a part of the whole like display of drift cars. And it's like, fuck, okay, so like which way do we go?
You know yeah. I mean, like you don't want it to be like completely fucking neutered. You don't want to cut the nuts off of it, but you like, I think there's ways to make it like really tasteful. Yeah. And stuff like that. Like on the Skyline, English Tune, they did the exhaust, but they did it to where I could swap off the muffler and just put blast pipes. So like I like put the straight pipe on for US Air.
Depending on where you're at.
Yeah. But like at Knuckle Up, you should just like I throw the muffler on. You know?
I like that.
And it doesn't take any time. It's fucking 2 bolts. Or actually I think they did on my is it 2 bolt or is it fucking V-band? It might be a V-band and like 2 hangers.
I'm gonna do that on my street car. I'm gonna do like a V-band exhaust and then like a straight pipe. Yeah. I'm not gonna do a straight pipe.
Dude,
it's NA right now.
It's the same thing with little cars. Like everybody fucking loves loud cars. Yeah. You know, but you know, let's, you know, how many loud cars everywhere.
How many drag strips have we lost? How many tracks have we lost? And it's all due to noise. But I mean like the tires. But some tires, I feel like there should be tires that are outlawed in drifting. Like there's the tires that squeal. Yeah. Like those should just not be allowed.
So we had one of the guys.
Those should be banned from drifting. I don't care who runs it. If you run in a fucking event and there's someone there with like squealy ass tires, like tell them to change them.
Yeah. There's at Double Cup 2, I think it was Double Cup 2. There was a E46. It was like bone stock E46. Like power wise and stuff like that. Yeah. But like that car was the quietest drift car ever. Alan was like, you fuckers buy whatever that guy has. Just go buy, just get a fleet of these things. Y'all are driving these things. It was like stock exhaust, but like, I don't know what fucking wheels and tires combo he had, but like the car was like very, very quiet to drift. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like if it gets bad, you would just like copy that and do like spec me out of drift. Yeah. Where everybody has the same fucking car.
E46.
Yeah. Speed. Yeah. Class. Or something like that. Right. Yeah. It was like, it was so funny. I was like, dude, fucking that guy. Invite that guy back every time. I was like, okay. So
it's like interesting now running events and like knowing what people are looking for. Because when you're just like a dude who drives, you're like, I'm gonna show up with the loudest fucking car there, you know. And then it's like, then you run events and you gotta deal with like the track people. And, like, it's once you start thinking long term,
and like changes. It does. It's pretty nuts. Like at Double Cup 3, like I finished this car and it was like ready to drive and stuff like that. I barely drove it because I was like way too worried about like the event and running it and stuff like that. And like one of my biggest flaws is I hate asking for help. So like I just do it myself.
I know how that is.
Yeah. So like Simba, that's why I always try to watch Simba, because obviously like I watch Simba run events and like I try to learn as much as I can from him.
Yeah.
And like he does a good job of like getting people to help and stuff like that. And I'm starting to do that, but I just don't like, I don't have a confidence in a lot of people. So I just like, fuck it, I'll do it myself kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's like I have to build up trust with the people and like whatever. And I know what my feelings towards it, you know, like
I get that.
I know it's I try to act the most selfish as I can.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like, it's not for me, it's for the community, stuff like that. And I just don't see people doing that. Like everyone's very like selfish. It's like, oh, I'm going to the event. If I help, then I get to drive. Like my biggest thing is like, if someone helps the event, I usually let them drive for free.
Yeah.
But like, if that's it, they'll help for like 15 minutes and then drive the whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And then I don't have like, I don't want to be like,
you didn't do
you didn't pull your weight.
$100 worth of work.
Yeah. Like you didn't pull your weight. Like, so it's just like, I'll just run the event, like whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's not like, so it's stuff that I got to work on, but yeah, it's definitely a big thing that like running events, like you just kind of just run the event. You don't get to drive. And I'm sure Lucky's the same way. Cause I think
he barely drives,
right? That's what I see from him. So
he's good too.
I know.
He's fucking good.
I know. That's what sucks. Cause like my thing is that I see all my friends getting better.
Yeah.
And I can't get better because I'm too busy hosting the event. But like, you
got to do it like Julian's really good at driving his own events.
Yeah.
He's like very good. Like he like gets there and then just kind of like make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it'll be fine. And then gets in his car and drives.
Yeah.
And like the last runs of the day, the end of the day is like when everyone's fucking jamming anyway.
Yeah, and you're
so it's
blowing
like,
shit up. Yeah.
So,
I miss those every time because I'm like, I got to pack up. I got to close up shop. I got to go pay Alan. I got to make sure.
Just do it after.
Yeah, I guess, dude. I don't know. But now it's like the kids things. Like now
you got to get home.
I got to get home with the kids. So like, that's why I packed up. I stopped driving at like 4.
Yeah.
And I'd leave by 5 kind of thing. Like I missed the best, because the best fucking time is the last hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Where everybody's like, all right, fuck it, we got to go. We got to get these runs in before we leave.
Yeah.
I missed golden hour all the fucking time.
Yeah.
It's just for the greater good. That's just how I feel.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome. I always chalk it up. Have you ever seen that fucking meme? It's this soldier and he's doing like this, right? And he's just catching all the fucking bullets and there's a child behind him sleeping in a bed.
No, I haven't
I'll send it to you. Okay. It's fucking funny. That's why I feel all the fucking time. It's just I'm just taking all the fucking shots and everybody else just gets to sleep in their bed.
Yeah. Dude.
I sound like a fucking bitch just complaining on this shit.
But it is
what it is.
We have to have people do something. Like if you didn't do this, right? Like there would be like like the community that you have created would not exist.
Right. So that's what I chalk it up to. It's like, if someone to do it, I might as well just let me be the one that do it. Like, I'm okay with self-sacrificing and just like letting other people, because I get joy out of like seeing other people excel and like do well and like rage their dreams and shit like that. Yeah. So, you know, I might bitch and complain about it, but at the end of the day, like it's all for the greater good. Yeah. And I enjoy it. So. But yeah, I'm doing better. I'm gonna try to do better this year, I think, especially with like 2 kids and stuff like that. Like, you know, like ask for help. Yeah, because I just want to rip. Like this car feels really good.
Now it's like now it's your time to like, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I feel I missed it. I feel like I missed like my like time to like shine, like driving wise. Like I was too concerned with the wrong shit.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that's true.
I hope not.
Because I was in a place where I thought I would never be as good as my friends, and I'm still like, I'm not like
imposter syndrome.
Nah, some of them are fucking
I get
insane.
Right?
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like the closest I've ever been to my friends driving wise.
Mm-hmm.
But like for 10 years, I was just like, I'll never get there.
Yeah.
I missed it. Like they've been doing this longer than me. Like I'll never catch it. And like, I don't know. It's never too late.
So what'd you do? What did you do that you were like, obviously you got to the point where like, okay, I have to do something to get as good as my friends. Like I have to play the catch up game. What did you do? Did you just drive any event, every event? Or did you go into like the events with a mindset? Like I got to work on this and like just block out the bullshit? Or
there wasn't like I want to get, there was always goals. Like I want to get better at X.
Yes.
And
that was like every event or like every couple events? Like you were like, okay, I'm gonna work on my chase game because I knew that was a big thing for you. Was the chase game was like you? How many events do you remember going into and saying I'm working on chasing?
It was like 5 years.
There you go. See,
yeah, it was 5 years of like this is what I want to get better at. Right. Like this separates the men from the boys, like being a good chase driver. And I was talking to someone about this yesterday. I was explaining that to be a really good chase driver, there's two different types of drivers in my mind. There's steering wheel input drivers and there's pedal input drivers. You can either drive the car with the pedal or you can drive the car with the wheel. Yeah. And the people who are really good at chasing can do both.
Right. Okay.
And so like
that makes sense.
There were like a few key moments and things that I learned over the 5 years, and I'll break them all down. Okay. Number one, chasing Jason Bostrom. He does not fucking wait. Like, if you're like doing back and forth tandems, like he's not waiting for you. He's not playing nice. Like he's drag launching on your ass. Yeah. And leaving you in the dust. So like
you gotta jump him.
And you have to like. I was not good at straight line. I was not a drag racer. Like
I'm not either.
I would get ditched every time. And so like I just worked on that. We did this one event where it was just me and him and we went back to back to back. Lead, follow, lead, follow, lead, follow. And I just like I finally figured out how to like not slip or like whatever, and just I got a lot better at staying close to somebody on initiation.
Yes. And having the confidence.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like I got there. I could dive in.
Okay.
But I couldn't stay there.
Okay.
I couldn't figure out why.
Right. Okay.
One of the things was suspension setup. I was talking to Rome Charpentier. I think that's how you say his last name. But he was like, you have to run the back of the car soft on E36s. Otherwise, as soon as you lift or like clutch in, all that load on the back of the car pushes the car forward and like with the trailing arms, it just shoots the car like
it lunges
straight.
Okay.
Like not where the steering wheels are.
Oh, so it'll just like push.
It'll push you to like
because it has grip and it's just going.
Okay. Yeah, so it won't sit behind anyone. Okay. And so like I couldn't figure that out. Change that up. That helped a lot. And then strangely enough, like I remember this really well. I was riding with Phoebe. Okay. Julian's wife. Yep. And she's a steering wheel driver. Okay. Like she's keeping this car drifting
by the hands
with all handwork, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I didn't even know you could do that. But like riding with someone like Julian, he does that, but he's doing pedals too, so you don't see it. Right. So like, I was like, oh, she's only been passenger and watched his hands
and not his feet.
And she picked up all of his hand inputs, and that's how she keeps the car drifting because she sees that's how he does it. Yeah. Like subconsciously, sure, consciously, whatever. And so like I kind of started applying that. Yeah. Like instead of letting the car drive itself with the pedal and just like letting the wheel go where it needs to go, put the wheel where it needs to go before
car that's what I realized this event driving this car now. Yeah. I'm like the Skyline, very little wheel input. Yeah. You kind of just set it and forget it. Yeah. And I drive with the pedals. Yeah. This car, because I'm always seeing videos and like you guys are like hucking the wheels. I said, why the fuck are you guys doing that? Like this makes no fucking sense. Yeah. Like why? And then like I'm getting now because like I say, like I tap the foot brake and the car pivots. Why don't I pivot with the steering wheel? Yeah. You know? Yeah. So like Okay, yeah, I'm like, I feel like this car, I'm like almost to where I was with the Skyline already, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I can definitely tell.
2 events.
2 events, right?
Yeah.
I mean, drifting's drifting. You can drift a car, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
similar.
yeah.
But I feel like now the ceiling is taller to learn on this car.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I went with like a slow like T28 turbo because I think it's going to like help.
Yeah, absolutely. And like,
anyways, continue.
All of that was the course of 5 years.
Right.
And like figuring out those little things were really important. But then, time goes on and like I just had to, you just have to keep
going at it,
trying little things and like learning little like clutch techniques and stuff. And like Assetto really helped. Like once I figured out how to do Assetto, like
I just got a full rig.
It took me
I'm setting
like
it
4 or
up.
5 years to be able to tandem an Assetto.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, I'm bad at Assetto. I'm like, you just gotta like,
you just gotta knuckle down and play.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like find a good group and jam. Come join the Thursday nights. Brought to you by Sideways Love.
There you go.
Yep. Because there's some really, really good Assetto drivers in there, and it's
I'm sure it's insane.
It's a great place to like be like, oh, it's the same thing as driving on the track with me trying to drive with my friends, people who are going very fast, and like you don't want to get ditched, and you don't want to be the slow car anymore, and you don't want to be the one fucking up the tandem train. You don't want to be like, I was tired of being the lead car because I was consistent, but they were all able to stay with me, but I wasn't able to stay with them kind of thing. And I was tired of it.
Right.
So like,
yeah. That's why I'm the lead car. Cause I don't drive as much as like Jacob or Kevin.
Yeah. But this time you're running away from them. So you gotta,
So that's my thing. Like I think I've always done a good job of like not giving a shit what's behind me. I'm just driving my line. Everybody else could fucking look. So like, and I feel like I'm pretty consistent. So it's just like, and I know like if, the one thing I remember, like when Kevin and I were when we did the first double cup, and we were driving, Kev was like, "Hey, next run, you need to go further here or go here."
Yeah,
and that's what I did. I could do it, and I was like, "Okay, like I know that I like what I need to do, or I can take like not advice, but like instructions well."
Yeah.
So. But like I don't drive enough in tandem at the events because I'm running the events to like get my chase game better. So they put me up front.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. So it is what it is. But
I mean, if you got the whole team together and you guys all just played Assetto in the same exact cars, like it would
progress.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's like a lot of things that because I was never.
But it's time. It's time.
But it's easy for me. I'm at home.
Yeah.
I can put the baby monitor on the fucking table and just play video games. If kids start crying, I just get up.
Yeah. I mean,
so yeah, dude, I have pedals. I have like a Moza fucking direct drive, like
sick
shit. Like that's what like Fat Cat Mike and Zach were like, go get one of those.
Yeah.
So I have that. Like,
I
grab this steering wheel, bolts right on, and just go drive.
Sick.
I got the e-brake. Like I have everything. I just got to set it up. So I can like drive because I know like there's like small little things that I think I can learn from Assetto.
There's way better cars in Assetto now. Like
I know, that's what I've heard.
There's pretty much what you got, you know,
right?
And you could go rip it and like just get a bunch of practice, and then you'll go out and it'll be like, you still have to like get like I think people who already drift, and then like progress in Assetto progress a lot faster.
Yes.
In real cars when they're practicing in Assetto, because it's like you know what things to work on. You can like tell it in your head. You can go like, all right, like I'm e-braking on transition. Why? Is it because I'm scared? Like like the other thing. Oh, another big one for chase driving is I was always trying to put my car where they are.
Yeah. Like
you have to put your car where they're gonna be.
Okay, you're right.
That's the biggest one. Like, because I was always like, they're there, dive in, and then they're fucking gone.
You're like, because you're playing catch up. You're being reactive, not proactive.
Yeah. So you have to be like, they're gonna be here. I'm gonna be there. Gotcha. I'm gonna, So like, it's just, but it's a lot of practice and crashing and
a lot of crashing,
but
a lot of crashing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's we'll see. Yeah, I gotta set up the Assetto thing because I think there's like a lot of stuff that I could learn, and I think it's just like for me right now in my life, it's just easier to do that. I've always been like, I tried the Assetto, that wasn't it for me. I didn't give it enough time. I know that.
Yeah.
And then I built a 350Z for a practice car.
Yeah.
And I drove that. And I was like, sold Benson. And I was like, the practice car, this isn't it.
Yeah.
So then like I'm driving and like I can't drive as much. Yeah. So it's like, all right, let me try Assetto, but I'm changing my mindset. Like I know it's not gonna be the real fucking thing. It's not
Assetto is working out. Assetto is going to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. You know so it's like I have to go in with like, okay, I can use Assetto to do this or like learn this or practice this kind of thing. So that's my mindset going in with it this time. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. If you got the whole team on there and you guys had like a weeknight, set it up,
play it up,
schedule. It's
never gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure I think Kevin has his.
Yeah.
So I'll play with Kevin, but like Zach, a lot of local guys have their shit, and they play all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I can tell that they're like much better drivers.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yeah.
So.
And you could try stuff. You could be like, all right, I want to try. Oh, I'm gonna try reverse entry. Okay, that didn't work. This didn't work. Right. But you'll like learn the timing and all this.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
Do a bunch of
that kind of stuff, like the timing or like what to look for in the car, or like instead of just like going through the motions kind of thing.
Yeah.
That it feels like. So, anyways, yeah.
So the motivation behind building this car was the Final Bout where the Skyline didn't feel right.
Yes. Yeah.
Anything else?
Aesthetically, like the Skyline, you can only get like 2 kits. Like there's not many options and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've always been a big fan of D-Max. I thought it was always cool. I loved that era. Like that 2010 D1SL thing.
Yeah.
Like Yokoi and Naoki.
Yeah.
Like the whole like D-Max, Graham lights, like that whole fucking thing. So cool to me. So, and that was like a good compromise. I feel like it's natural progression. I mean, it's still 15 years behind, realistically, right? It is.
Yeah.
But I've tried to incorporate a lot of modern drifting things that I've learned. So, like, whenever I went to Mahon last year with Yusef and Thrash and stuff like that to go hang out, I was like checking out cars and seeing what they're doing and like how the car's set up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, whenever Naoki came to Super D, the most impressionable thing that I saw was that like those dudes do so much more with so much less.
Yeah.
You don't need any of this crazy stuff. So like this is how this car is. It's like S14 lower control arm.
Yep.
Then B knuckle.
Yep.
Stance coilovers.
Yep.
And a spacer. Like I don't even run that big of a spacer because the fenders.
Yeah.
Like if I went to like Origin Type 3, I could put the big fucking fender on it or the big spacer on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the rear is like stock axles. It has a 2-way.
Yep.
Just like D-Max arms, like whatever, like very cheap arms.
Yeah.
And like that's it. Like there's no like drop knuckles, there's no like anti-squat kits, there's none of that shit.
Yep.
It's just like I have Jason's fucking knuckle brace kit on it.
Yeah.
The Weldon thing, because I broke a knuckle on the Skyline. I was like, I shouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
And then like we did the reinforcement on the subframe because I had at Final Bout 2 my subframe broke.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me reinforce it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Preventive maintenance, but there's no rack relocation thing. Like
Well, so one thing a lot of people don't know is if you relocate the rack, you're changing the Ackerman.
Yeah.
And so like if you move the rack forward, you're actually lowering the Ackerman. So if you have like a low Ackerman knuckle and then you move the rack forward a bunch, like you're in weird territory.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the car, like I wanted something super simple that like if something broke, I could just like find it locally.
Yeah.
And just put it on. And just go.
It goes along with the concept of trying to keep things sustainable.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the Skyline, not that it was like not sustainable, like it's still a fairly simple car.
Yeah.
It's just like it's an imported vehicle. So like I can't just go find something locally.
Well, that's always been the thing for me. I'm like, I would love an S15 or like a JZX. Like, I would die. I wanted a Mark II like for 15
100?
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I do a 90. Like I fucking love JZXs.
Yeah.
Like I built a German JZX.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
be
all you
real.
did.
Like they got the same taillights.
Yeah, they do. Chaser taillights.
They got the chaser tails.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Toyota copied BMW on that one. Probably. They came out first.
There you go.
Shots fired. But
yeah, no, like that's like I have a 110 and I'm like, I'm not going to drift it.
Yeah. You have a 110?
Yeah, I bought one last year. Oh, it's at Tweeds. Just sitting. Yeah, I bought it fucking dumb cheap. Dumb fucking cheap. I mean, it's an auto car, but it's like a Turbo 1J. Mark II has like the cherry wood interior, black leather, sunroof. It's my like Yokohama Bay car for sure. So like,
see, he still got it. You raised one of the
cars.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like you can have everything you fucking want. Like you can have a high car, you have a dumb car.
Yeah, you just gotta work
street
hard.
car. Yeah, you just gotta work for it. That's all. But yeah, I bought when I went to Japan last year. I went to Daikoku, and there was like 110s there. And I've always loved 110s.
I love 110s.
I wanted Verosa for a fucking ever.
Really?
Yeah. But then like as like I don't know, the last like 5 or 6 years, Mark II's kind of like took over for me. Well, like because I wanted
the
110.
Interior is dope.
Yeah.
Like if you get the nice interior, they're nice.
So I was always wanting a 110. It was a Verosa for a long time. I was like, oh dude, Mark II's are like they're classy.
Yeah.
They're like they're a big fucking Corolla.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The taillights.
Yeah. But I was like, all right, yeah, I'll get one. So I went to that Coco Parkway and like met up with some friends and then like stayed out way too late, like past when the trains get shut down and stuff like that. So like fucking idiot. This is so dumb. So I go to Daikoku, we stay out. I like the taxi, I do the typical gaijin like dumbass tourist thing. They drop me off at the wrong spot. Outside. Yeah. Same thing with me. Yeah. Right. So I get another fucking taxi. I have the locals call me a taxi, go back onto that, like off the island thing, come back in. They drop me off. Checking out 110s there. I, finally get to see one in person. Fucking fanboy out. I'm like, dude, this is fucking cool. And one guy's like OG street drift, like 110 guy. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Like has BN on it, like exactly the way I'd like fucking want it like one day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. And I'd been scoping the auctions, So that night I stay up. I'm there for work. So I like by the time I get back to the Airbnb, it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Because like I have to like get one of the locals to like drive me close to like the Airbnb, and then I like taxi in because he can't like I'm not walking. It's fucking tired and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I go to work. I go to training the next morning. I check auctions, and there's a fucking 110. It's white, what I wanted.
Yeah.
Sunroof.
Yeah.
Cherry wood.
Yep.
Black interior.
Damn.
Turbo 1J. It's just automatic. I was like, that's fine. I don't fucking care. Like the one thing that I can fix is the transmission shit. That's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I messaged Tweed. I said, boom. And my bonus just hit too for work.
Yeah, there we go.
So I was like, all right, this is what I want to pay. Like, whatever. He's like, all right, like, I don't think you'll get it, but we'll try. I was like, all right, cool. Dude, I got that bitch $5,500.
Ugh. God.
You can't even buy a fucking 1J for $5,500. Maybe
I know,
you can.
yeah. What?
But yeah, $5,500.
And we're talking VVTI.
VVTI.
In the car,
running, driving, stuff like that. It has like the OEM lip kit thing. Yes. It has like the fucking grill that's like the sports grill and shit like that.
Yeah.
It has like some like weird aftermarket wheels or whatever. Yeah. Maybe some coilovers. I don't know. Maybe some shocks or something like that. Yeah. But fucking bone stock. And I was like crunching the numbers, and it's like Tweed's very good at like storing cars. Like it's very cheap, manageable.
Yeah.
So like. By the time I have the car
Shout
landed,
out Jordo.
Yeah. By the time the car's like landed, it's gonna be like sub $10,000 for a fucking 110. I know.
Fuck.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, that's like my.
Hey, congrats.
Thanks. Yeah. So that car has been sitting over there for now. It's been a year, I think.
Yeah. How long do you have to wait?
Next Christmas. So I got like another year and a half. But
how was that trip? That was like the first. Is it the first time you went to like?
No, second time. Second time I've been to Japan, but that was the first time to Osaka. No, I've been to Osaka, but first time in Tokyo, but like first time at Meihan and like that all stuff. So
what was that like?
It was cool, dude. It like I said, like Super D, like seeing Naoki drive in the States was like, okay, cool. I get it. Like I get what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But then you go to Osaka or you go to Meihan and you see him drive at Meihan.
Yeah, it's different.
It's fucking way different. And I rode with Ryota.
Yeah.
And like, I was like,
Yoda's just a dude who's
just a dude that's just The whole
ridiculous.
The whole like, oh, he's just like the locals. The locals are better than anybody at your own local thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I say that every time. I'm like, you don't understand. Like,
yes.
You see this guy and you're like, oh, this must be the top of the totem pole. And he is, but there's a lot that are right there.
Yeah.
And you don't know who they are.
Right.
Like,
it's just like ridiculous. Joe Blow just like pulling up and like, it's pretty, it really solidified like building this car.
Yeah.
Because I was already kind of in the midst of this thing and like was going to do this, that, or the other thing. And I was like making notes of like what everybody had and like what they're doing. And like these guys are in the same situation where I'm at, where they're driving the same track. They just go up and they're all old dudes, dude. They're all 40.
Yeah.
Like with kids and shit like that. Like it's just like, I think we were there like Tuesday or Wednesday, like midweek. Like,
you know when Naoki's car was slammed?
Yeah.
When he was in his 20s.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's old.
Yeah.
He raised his shit up.
So don't come at us old fucks, all right?
Yeah, leave us alone, dude. I'm bald already.
And if you're old and you're driving a slam car,
Grow
enjoy
up.
that shit. Raise up.
Yeah.
No,
But yeah, it was, I mean, like, it was like really cool. Like, I just got to watch it in person, like there. Like, I know my skill's not there, so I never asked to drive or anything like that. Like, I'm very like, I'm going to crash or like whatever. I really don't want to, like, I get it. Like, I know that I'll get my chance.
Yeah.
So I didn't like, whatever. But just like, I was very thankful that like Yusuf was like, oh yeah, just like show up and like just chauffeur me around. Like I never met him in person. That was the first time.
Yeah.
I just hit him up. I was like, hey, I'll be here, whatever.
I think he likes converting people.
Yeah, he does.
Like he likes bringing people out there and then having their entire world.
Yeah, it's
change.
cool. And so like, like me and Yusuf now chit chat all the time. Like it's cool. It's like good guy. So, yeah, it's just like I went over there, I saw what was going on, I understood, and it just solidified it. I was like, okay. And like me and Julian talked about it too. It's like the whole like Kansai thing. It's like not Kansai. It's just modern Japanese drifting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
I saw the exact same stuff I saw when I went in 2016. I went to Mahon.
Yeah.
And I saw the same stuff at I went to Fall Matsuri 2016.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like before it was, I mean, there was a lot of people from like Australia there and UK and stuff, but like it wasn't
Americanized.
It wasn't like a lot of like influencers and YouTubers and stuff like that. It was just people
that we wanted to drive.
Yeah. But on top of that, like there were still a lot of like Japanese locals there, and like they were like watching them drive versus watching the people who were there driving like JZXs and stuff. Like their cars were very similar setups to the quote unquote Kansai style.
Yeah.
And they drove similar.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, it's nothing against it. Like everybody can pick their era. It's like the same thing with like muscle cars.
Yeah.
Right. Like you have like the old school guys that do like the cup racing or like what are they, the Trans Am racing and shit like that. There's that kind of era stuff where you can have like the hot rodders that are taking the same like 68 Camaro and you can do anything you fucking want with it.
Yeah, you want to tub it,
fucking drag that shit. Like the neighbors down the street, like they're neighbors, like houses. One has a 68 Camaro, like whatever. The other dude has a 69, but it's fucking tub drag car, like 1200 horsepower. Yeah. And they're like, it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like, and then there's
pick your poison.
There's gassers, like what do you want?
Whatever you want.
Pick your car.
Yeah,
do what you
want.
And
they like just go the same fucking. They go the same fucking car meet right down the street. At like a Home Depot. They just park their shit and just hang out.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just pick whatever you like and do it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. No rhyme or reason.
Yeah, and if you like both, do both.
Yeah, buy two. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You like three things, buy three.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy as that.
Yeah.
It's easy.
CoraWorks. Get yourself the coolest shit on the planet. CoraWorks, those guys are dope. And they have cool stuff. And you can call them. You can pretty much order anything you want to build a drift car. And if you can't build it yourself, they'll build it for you. Just ship them your car and say, here's $10 million. I want to build a race car, and they'll fucking do it. CoraWorks, they're out of this world, and they make drifting fun. And we like people who make drifting fun. Get yourself over to CoraWorks. Get yourself some cool engine bay dress up stuff. I got the valve cover cover thing for my Jay-Z. It's sick. I think our discount code's Goodest Boy, like with an I. And that's a discount on all their cool engine bay dress up stuff and like Naboris and shit. So get yourself some sick CoroWorks stuff. If you want a dope aero kit, that's the place to go. Get yourself over to CoroWorks, spend some money, tell them I sent you. We out.
I don't know. I think there's like you got to have like a bit of that competitive nature to want to make changes to the car aesthetically.
Dude, same thing we talked. Remember, I this is a very vivid memory. You were, we were at Final Bout 5.
Yeah.
And we were on the top of balcony or the balcony, right?
Yep.
We were right there. And I told you, I was like, I'm going home, raising my fucking car. I'm sick of this. Like, I'm too competitive. Like, I want to do well.
Yeah.
Like, I got to make the necessary changes for me to like try to improve my chances here.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's trying to been.
Yeah.
Ever since. So,
yeah.
That's all. And I get it. It makes sense. Like another vivid memory of me, like we come home, we put 235s in the front and we raise our cars.
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit. It drives completely different.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it makes total sense.
You're not like fighting understeer all the time.
You're like I had never driven a car that like I put it exactly where I wanted to and it went there.
Yeah.
I was like, this is way easier. It's way funner to drive. It's not like a crapshoot or like,
you're like,
you don't know if the car is going to like scrub out or slide out or something like that. And that's when I started like, oh, I want to drive with like more grip. Like the car like feels predictable and like whatever.
I'll borrow people's cars and I'll like air down their rear tires.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, drive my car, I'm like, okay. And then I'll go out and it's like, if it feels slippery, like I can't do what I want to do.
No.
Like if it has like a bunch of camber in the back, like, which my street car does, like it does wash.
That's the blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like that thing's like, I don't know, it's got like 5-6 degrees in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, you know, like if I'm at shallow angle, I can keep up. But if I go big angle and I'm trying to stay with somebody, like I'll get ditched because it just wants to float. And so like those are the things, like you can still drift and you can still tandem and you can still drive really, really, really well.
Yes.
But like there are little things that like make a huge difference when you're trying to keep up with somebody who's very fast.
Yeah.
And it's like if you're not trying to drive close to people who are fast, then like keep your car however
and
the
like,
fuck you want. But like if you want to drive close to people who are driving fast, like there are sacrifices you need to make. And that's really it.
Yeah, that's it. It's like you just pick who you want to drive with and drive with them. And like it's the same thing with Harris. Harris and the Corolla.
Yeah.
Like the car just we could not drive with it.
Yeah.
That's it. Right. Yeah. So we got the S13. You got the 180.
Yeah.
So we could like try to drive with us.
Yeah.
And like, mesh better.
Yeah.
But like driving with that fucking Corolla, it's a completely different line.
Yeah.
It's so hard to drive. It's a lot of like diving and surging and then letting him do his squirrely shit and then diving back into him and stuff like that. It was like, it was like really weird and wasn't cohesive and shit like that. But yeah,
I think like, to drive a Corolla with anything else, you have to be a like really, really fucking good driver.
Yeah.
And to drive with because Corollas like they just move different.
Yeah,
like
it's a whole different ball game.
You have to know how to like force that car to do things it doesn't want to do to drive with different cars.
It's really weird. But yeah, even at Knuckle Up, like the guys that are like have the same like car setup, they drive together and they drive fine. They look awesome. They drive well together because all the cars like match up. But like
like a great example was what's the team? Good Feeling, right?
Yeah.
Like there's the 3 cars and they were like all kind of set up the same, and then there's that other car.
Yeah, Nick Scardino.
And it was like on the ground.
Yeah, because his car was all so I talked to Nick about this, and he did the right shit to lower that thing.
Yeah.
Like he cut and raised the diff.
Yeah.
In the subframe and did like drop knuckles and like all this other stuff.
I mean, but Julian had all that stuff back in the day.
And then like Nick had these like roll center ball joints or some shit like that. And like that was like fucking it up, and he like took all that shit out at the event, and like or in the front, and like it made it drive better. But like, Zach, Patrick, and Connor, like the 3 for Good Feeling, they were all driving together. All those cars is like
exactly the same.
Yeah,
they move the same.
Yeah, they all move the same.
Yeah, and that's like if you want to do team tandem, if you have different cars that are different setups, like you better be really like it. I'm speaking from experience. Like I'm the one with the mixed match car. Like I had to like
you had to
figure
conform.
it out.
Yeah, you had to conform to it.
I had to make my car drive like theirs because like they're not going to make their cars drive like mine.
Which is when you look back at the last Final Bout, and you had Front Street versus Proceed.
Yeah,
the diversity
in Proceed is crazy.
Proceed, because they have Chob.
Yeah,
I mean, Simba. Yeah. And then you had Lee in the FRS.
Yeah.
Like you have different changes there where Front Street was all S chassis.
Yeah, and all their cars are identical almost.
Yeah. So like if you weigh that into it, it's like that's tough.
Yeah.
So it's just like it goes back to the whole team thing. Like it's very hard to like find the team and like do it. I think it's like an older idea thing.
Yeah, and having like people conform to the
greater good
vision. Like they're like having everybody like having people like because I was the asshole that's like fuck that. Like I want to drive a different car. I want to stand out. It was like maybe like an ego thing or something. Mm-hmm. I was getting tired of getting tagged as everybody else or something, and I was like, if I have a different car, no one will do that. That wasn't the only reason. That was like one of the
but this is also a decade ago when you were younger.
This is a decade
and you have
ago.
a dickhead mentality.
Literally a decade ago.
So
I mean. But I don't know. It just works so good. I was like, why would I? I don't want to change it.
Yeah.
And like once I got it driving like an S chassis, kind of like.
Now your doors are cheaper.
My doors are way cheaper.
Yeah. Headlights, corner lights.
Yeah.
Fenders, shit like that.
Yeah. Someone just called me the one piece headlight god not long ago because like in the BMW community, those are like disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're one piece.
Like the corner light is part of the headlight.
Is it? I thought it was two piece.
Typically it is, but I run the one piece ones. Like
so there's two. Okay, so I don't know shit about E46 because I know the only one I know is KC's, and KC has like the crystal corner lights kind of thing. And I was like, okay, I didn't know that.
I have the all one piece ones, and everybody like that's like the
stockpile
most commonly hated one. And I like all these like youngsters are like one piece headlights, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, bricks used to be the cheap ones. Like you guys don't know.
Yeah, brick. Yeah,
I was like, wait till they discontinue these.
Yep.
And you just can't get them anymore. And then people are like, oh, those were cool.
Yep.
Damn kids, get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn. It's all right, whatever.
Is this podcast slowly getting less relatable?
Yeah, probably. It's just two old guys just bitching and complaining out on our front porch, waving our shotguns.
Be like, I got 3 cars.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of
here.
Yeah. Anyways, oh, well, it is what it is. I don't care. It's what I can relate to now. I'm sure in 4 years I'll have some more shit to bitch about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know. You're making moves.
I'm trying. I try, man. I don't know. I'm just kind of conforming to the easy life, I think.
Yeah.
Easier operation, I think. I think that's the thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, you like start to value your time a lot more as it disappears.
Yeah, because I don't have it.
Yeah.
I remember. So Andrew on our team, he's like 6 or 7 years older than I am.
Yeah.
So like I could see like his like transfer of like the balance of you have no money but a lot of time.
Yeah.
Or you have money and you don't have time.
Yeah.
And like he's a business owner and like had his kid and like
he
when he first had his kid didn't drive for like 2 years. He couldn't like he just whatever like too busy with all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And
it happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, it does, dude. It's crazy. Like people don't take it. Yeah. I'm definitely after having Lily the last 2 years, it's like I'm the outlier. Like to have a kid and like come drive all the time or like go to the events and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's like your support system. Like I'm very fortunate to have Kayla and like she understands that like I do it for the greater good.
Yeah.
And that like if I don't host these events, like it affects so many more people and stuff like that. They won't be able to like. It's cool to like look back and see like all the friendships that I've like not created, but like dropped the catalyst to start all these like friend groups and stuff like that. It's pretty.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's pretty fucking cool when you think about it. Yeah. Like, even if I'm not part of the friend group, right? Like, they might have known me to like come drive the event. But then, like, they just link up and they go do their own thing now.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Well, I mean, like Sonoma Drift is where I met Julian and Jason.
Yeah. But, like, how'd you get to Sonoma Drift? How'd you know about it? Who did you go there with to, like?
I bought a VLSD from this dude who I was friends with in elementary school, but we didn't recognize each other. It was just like a Craigslist buy. Yeah. And then like halfway through, I was like, wait, Kyle?
Yeah.
Like this, yeah, he's like, oh shit, yeah, Palmer, what's up, man? I was like, yeah. So we ended up being friends.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, they're like starting like Sonoma Drift like next year or whatever. So I went by myself. I brought my like shitty digital camera and took pictures. And
but there wasn't like someone that like both you and Julian knew that were friends, but now like y'all really don't hang out with that person or talk to that person, and it's just like you guys now. Or like Jason or whoever was there the first time you went to Sonoma Drift and met those guys.
I met Jason because I had a S13 coupe,
right?
And so like Jason
had one too.
Yeah, he, big S chassis guys. Like they live and breathe S chassis, right? So it's like, oh, like another dude with an S chassis. Mine was like, nicely fitted, and like I was like driving pretty. Like it was not good. Like,
no, but you'd connect the track.
Yeah, I could. I was like getting. I was getting the track kind of. Like I wasn't fast or have a great line, but I could link it kind of thing. And it was like Jason gave me my first kit. Yeah, he was just like, man, we got to get rid of that stock non-aero Sylvia front bumper, dude. I got a kit for you. So he like literally sold it to me for like nothing.
Cool. Yeah. See, like stuff like that. Like yeah, because I can like. I usually try to like take a moment to reflect over the event, like every event. Like take a step back, kind of like view the pits and see what's going on, Yeah. And it's cool. Like I can see like the teams develop and like stuff like that, like friendships and stuff like that, because they both like came to this event and like started like lifelong friendships.
That's amazing.
It's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm okay. Like,
you're like making up for the years of being mean on the internet by cultivating friendships.
Yeah, like I was ruining people's lives. But I don't like, okay, so I don't even remember me being that bad of a shithead on the internet. Like, I don't remember that. I mean, I knew I was talking shit, but like not crazy.
No.
But I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it's like my Nobel Peace Prize work. Knuckle Up kind of shit, like it's good karma.
Yeah.
Putting people together and letting them enjoy their hobby. I don't know.
It's so neat. It's so needed. I don't know. I'm in like. I've been like going back and forth about like doing an event in LA since I moved there.
Yeah.
Cause like there's like a couple kind of like
trash trucks.
Yeah.
They're running late. They're gonna fuck up all this audio watch.
Yeah.
We can take a pause.
Yeah.
Dude, they're hella late. They usually run at like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's fucking 4.
Yeah. Don't hit my rental car. I didn't get insurance.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're good about it.
Yeah. They're moving.
Dude, yeah, they got you. They got to play catch up. They're fucking late. They're like 6 hours late, dude. They took the wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about, but it's like I can't. I feel like I'm trying to give back more because I feel like I was like doing the podcast and I was, like, doing all this stuff and like giving back, and then it's like then I was like pushing merch really hard because I was like stressed out like moving and all this other stuff, and I was like, oh, I need money, and then I felt like I'm like taking advantage of my community too much.
Yeah, that's what back. I feel like too. Like I like for the longest time for Essence, I never sold stickers. I only gave them out to cars that I liked.
Yeah.
And like the KU shirt stuff, like I do those because like I know people want event shirts. That's cool stuff like that. But like I have an Essence shirt up there that like we've never released. Yeah. Like it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
And like we haven't released it because I can't like I tried to delegate that job to like Kevin and Jacob.
Yeah.
But like I can't like give myself to like push to try to sell it. Like I don't know. It's like whatever. It's a cool shirt. I fucking love it. But
yeah. I still wear my double cup shirt all the time.
Sick. I got that shirt for you in the
like
Coil
the
box.
original one. Yeah.
So I got some stuff for you that you can take back.
I ordered that. I was like, that's the most fucking original drift shirt I've seen.
Dude, it's
it was
cool.
like so Houston. So
it's
like,
it's funny. Yeah. I was like, because I'm big on like trying to have the community like collaborate on stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you know Beanbone? You might have seen his like photos and stuff like that. He does some stuff for Final Bout now. He's our local guy.
Okay.
Like whatever. But he's the one that came up with the name Double Cup.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's a Houston hard hitter, dude. He's like,
sick.
He's the guy. He's so cool. Chris is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot how like he mentioned it. He was like, Double Cup. You name it Double Cup. And I was like, oh, that's fucking
that's
sick.
The best name ever.
So fucking good. So yeah. Shout out to Beanbone one time. He's the GOAT.
That's like the team drift. Or
that's the team
twin
tandem.
drift.
The twin drift comp thing. Yeah. So sponsored by Koya Ride. So shout out Koya Ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Those events are sick. And we got Heatmaker doing the T5 contest this year.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
I was like, fuck, I want to come do it.
You want to come hang out? Just come. You don't drive. Just come hang out. I think it's actually, I think, the last week of September. So it's like right after Final Bout. It might be too much for you if you're traveling.
Well, I mean, if I'm driving.
Oh, if you want to drive it? Oh, dude. I mean, like, okay.
How far is
here to LA?
How far is here to
Shawano?
Yeah.
Oh, 18 hours. I did it one day. You can do it. That's a big, like, around the country triangle.
That is a bit. I mean, that's kind of like what I wanted to do. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
All right. Anyways, but yeah, T5's sick, dude. That was like, so there was a big like fracture in our community over some like non-drifting like shit. Like, Essence was kind of exiled on some shit. Involved a girl.
I knew.
Yeah, it always does.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and like, so you know, whatever. But I try to stay neutral because of Knuckle Up, right? To all the teams and stuff. Anyways, but the T5 contest last year, I think, was the event that really like tried to
bring everyone back together.
Because we were just like drinking seltzers on track. And
I
just
saw
like,
the clips.
Dude, it's the fucking best event because the drivers like just come hang out that aren't going to compete and like it's a
cheer
pocket.
Everybody on.
Yeah, and we're just cheering each other on while these dudes are just like throwing their fucking cars in the corner.
Yeah.
It is the fucking best.
I know the exact feeling.
Yeah.
Like we did that at Grange AVS turn 1. We're like Panic rented the track the day after Final Bout because it was a 1-day event.
Yeah.
And he told like a couple people.
Yeah.
And sorry if you didn't hear about it. Anyway, whatever. So we like went out and it was like he wanted to keep it as small as humanly possible.
Yeah.
It was just like him for him and his Corolla boys.
Yep.
And like he invited us because
animal style swag.
Yeah, you know.
Anyway,
so like we're all just everyone's car is like falling apart at this point.
Yeah, right.
And like we're just going out one at a time and just there's nobody on the track except for you. It's nighttime. Everybody's on the infield and the outside, cheering each other on, and you're going until your tires go.
Yeah. It's like the best camaraderie.
Or your car blows up or whatever, and then the next person goes and gets their shit, and then they fucking drive the car until it falls apart. Like, dude, it is the most fun.
It's the best. And I think that was the event that like really started bringing people back together. Because like I
saw the clips from that and I was like, oh, they're having fun out there.
It was the best, dude. It was the best time. And I think that was like a big pivotal moment for Knuckle Up last year for it. So I'm happy we get to do it again this year. But it's like, it's the corner where the houses are. And like people are throwing it in backwards and then you're just on throttle. So you're just blaring to it. So like we only do it for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But like 2 or 3 hours. But it's nonstop. Like the dudes are just going.
I mean,
trash trucks.
Me driving that course. Shout out all the trash dude. One of the trash guys in San Francisco listens to the podcast.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
And he brought me some door panels. Like,
damn.
Like I was like looking for door panels for my street car, and he had them. And I literally met him. He was like on his route picking up trash in the truck, and he like pulled him out of like the front seat of the trash truck and like handed him off. Yeah, shout out that dude. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Your T5, we're talking about it, and you're all like, yeah, you know how the feeling is good for the community, like all AVS cool shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know, just like that's everything. That's drifting. That's like a skate set.
Yes, that's the epitome of like that kind of culture.
Yeah.
You're just cheering everybody on.
How do you cultivate those moments? And that's what brings people together. Is like
big time.
I don't know. It like takes all of the, and like that's kind of, it may sound weird, but like if you go to Mahon, like that's what it feels like. Standing on the wall at Mahon is like the most exciting place you can possibly be, especially when like the locals are just throwing down.
Yeah, and they're just going at like round after round after round.
You're just like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It is. It's cool, man. I always try to like have these fun competitions where it's not like, I know how competition can get in drifting.
Yeah.
And like people just go at each other's throats, like really bad. But like the comps that I want to do is like fun. Everybody's cheering on each other. Like there's no like saltiness if someone gets kicked out or like knocked out or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But it's cool because like we'll have these guys that are really good drivers that are like, I don't know if it's like they've like scratched the itch of where they're driving at and they want to come like do like
other
cool stuff.
Yeah.
Or if it's like I know it's not like, oh, this is where the cool kids are. Like I want to go there because I'll get like more clout or like.
I don't think that's it.
They
just see you're having fun.
They see that we're having fun and they're like, oh, those are cool cars. Like I've kind of like scratched the itch of like driving. Now I want to drive a cool car, or something. I don't know, but like it's really cool to have these drivers come in and they're like throw down. They're like, oh shit, and then they're doing it in like in a cool car.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, it's capable. Like we could do this. Like
and
just
it raises the bar for everybody,
which is like really nice because like Brad that fucking cool manned us. He was like, hey bro, my phone. Good meeting you. I'll walk out with the phone call. He was the one that won T5 last time.
I saw the clip.
Yeah,
I saw that clip.
Yeah, it was like our first viral clip. Got like almost 500,000 views.
Yeah,
it was cool.
I mean, it was a sick entry.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But like,
what makes the clip
is everybody going shit?
Is everybody
crazy.
Going nuts on the infield?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that's what people want. They want to feel connected.
Yeah, they want to be part of it, and like, it's cool. I think next time we're gonna like put the bleachers on that. We're just gonna like, we're just gonna like put the bleacher on my trailer. We're gonna pull it out there and like just sit there and like, we're gonna like really just do it like that. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
So, but it was really neat because when we were judging that thing, it was like. Fiasco is a team with like R32 sedans.
Yeah.
And like, they're not going to backwards entry, but just to see like a really low saloon, like just add a little bit more angle into it. Yeah. It's like, fuck yeah, dude. That's as cool as Brad doing the back.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because you kind of like.
You're really pushing what you
got.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was cool. But yeah, it's a good time, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
So
driving Jet's car coming down that back straight. I like from seeing those videos. I was like, I want to do this corner so bad. I was like, Jimmy's gonna kill me.
Yeah. I had to leave early. I told Alan. I told Alan. I told Harris. I said, you guys got a clip shop. I got to go home.
Yeah,
I got to go be a dad, but don't fuck anything up. It's funny. But yeah, there's some cool stuff, dude. Yeah, it's man, I just love the community that we've created. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I think it's hard work pays off.
It does. It's a lot of hard work, man.
Yeah.
A lot of shit, but we get through it.
I think event organizers are probably like the most thankless job, but the most necessary for us to even have any kind of drifting. So.
Yeah. And
if you're watching this, go thank your fucking local organizer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's because especially if they're a driver.
Yeah,
because that's
they're giving up driving.
Yeah, they're giving up driving to go do it. Like,
that's why I don't want to throw events because I want to drive.
Right. Yeah, and like that's why I was like Yusef. Like I was trying to like weasel my way into going to Japan.
Yeah.
For the thrash thing because I asked Yusef. I was like, hey, you need help like running the event? Because then I'd be like, hey, wife, Thrash needs me to help run the event because I do such a good job in Texas. Stuff like that. Or like I've reached out to Julian. I said, hey, dude, if you ever need help with Super D, please let me know. Like I'd love to like help out if you need me to do something.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Yeah, so like that kind of stuff. Or like Simba too, Final Bout, like me being the MC, like I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Doing cool shit like that. So just try to help out where I can. So
it's the only way.
Yeah, it's the only way. If I can't drive, I just don't want to be there. But I don't want to be there and not do anything.
Yeah, I've actually really I feel very fortunate that they want me to do that.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. I'm jealous. It's cool.
It's it feels like a way of giving back, but then I'm also like making fun of people.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's weird,
but it's like making fun of your friends.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I'll probably cross somebody eventually. Yeah, and they'll take something to heart.
Yeah, maybe, or like people that aren't like aware of the situation. Yeah. That's like me and Damon. Like if you ever go through Damon's Instagram, if you go through his posts, I talk shit on every single one of his fucking posts. like I'll be like repost or like no one fucking cares or like yeah you already had this car 10 years ago, idiot. Like just like that.
I think we all solidified a friendship that one Final Bout when we were sitting in the bleachers, like just absolutely roasting anything and everything.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, that was when we were locked in.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was I don't know 7-8 years ago now.
Yeah,
it was a while. Yeah, we've been around a long time.
Yeah,
doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel like.
Do you ever I always tell people I've been drifting like for 10 years because I feel like that feels like a lot. And then I'm like, no, it's been way more than that now. But I'll get saying 10 years like every year.
Yeah, I'll get the Facebook memories of like building my S13 like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. But like also I feel bad because people are like, I'll give ride-alongs and like I'll get that question a lot. How long you've been driving? I was like, oh, this is my 10th year.
Yeah.
But then you like have people that have been driving like 4 years and they're so fucking much better. And I'm like, what the fuck was I doing the whole time? Oh man. But you know, it's cool. It's been, I mean, I wouldn't like really change it for anything else. I don't think like the friends and like the experiences and like everything else has been pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think we're like pioneering our own certain
for sure
environments and stuff. Like I think it's easier to get better faster these days.
Oh, for sure,
there's
dude.
So much more like
there's so many tools and opportunities and shit like that.
Yeah, like if I started with Assetto, like I mean I started with Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Was that helpful? Like I don't know.
No.
Probably not.
No, but
in a way, you know, you learn like what the e-brake does and like other stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But like you're not learning like clutch techniques or like
I know what cool cars look like from Need for Speed Underground.
That's true. My cars were fucking atrocious.
I'm sure mine too. But I thought they were fucking the coolest.
I want to go. I wish I could find
your memory cards.
Find my memory card of like the gold wrap Lamborghini Gallardo that I built.
Dumped ass fucking Honda Civic.
With
fucking
most
two
wanted.
18-inch subwoofers in the back. And the trunk that opens up like this. You know?
Oh,
cool shit.
That was a cool time.
It was a cool time. It's hard.
That was a golden era in its own.
That was, dude. Like that whole like PlayStation 2 era was sick. It was cool, but yeah, it's all gone.
Yep.
Dead and gone. Oh well.
Yep. Everything's just simulations.
Yeah, it's all. We live in a simulation.
Yeah.
You want to go through that wormhole?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I'm 100% sold on the simulation idea.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. What did it for you?
Just like instances, I'm like, you know, like life's really not that bad. Like this is like, if I was like an NPC, like in a game or something like that, like this, like, okay, I can understand this story arc that they wrote for me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is pretty predictable, or like, you know, like this is the new DLC.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Just things just happen and you're like,
yeah. And like, knock on wood, but like nothing's ever been like that bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just a background character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Who's the main character?
Yeah, right. That's what I always think of. Like, who's the main character?
Yeah.
Because like me, I'm just going through the paces. Like, okay, it is what it is. It's cool.
I feel like when you fight your background character like situation.
You're coding?
When you fight your NPC fucking background character life, then that's when all the problems happen.
Right.
You know? You just gotta go with it.
Yeah, I'm just like an NPC that's like hosters events that you pull up to and talk to, and you're like, oh, you got to pay $150 to drive. All right, here you go. Thanks.
It's like pay, don't pay.
Yeah, exactly. And then you move on.
Pay.
Yeah.
Pay, offer to work the event.
Yeah.
Work for 15 minutes.
I'm just a fucking side quest for someone else. You know? Yeah, that's pretty much. But yeah, like, dude, fucking, yeah. Like, it's pretty, like, I'm pretty fucking cookie cutter, you know, family, 2 kids.
Yeah.
House.
Yep.
Job.
Yep.
Go to work.
Burbs.
In the suburbs, like, very cookie cutter American bullshit.
I don't know, man. I disagree.
You think? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think you're that cookie cutter.
I think I've like definitely like toned down as being a dad.
That's good. Do you think that it's changed you?
Oh, 100%.
Like in what ways?
So like, you know, the saying that they're like, when you have a kid, it really like slows you down or like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I wasn't like addicted to meth or like, you know, like crazy, like, you know, like crazy lifestyle, you know, like I'm partying all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I never did any of that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But like with a kid, like I have to be patient,
Yeah.
you know, or like with a kid, they don't know how to communicate. So you have to like work with them. You have to, you know, you can't judge them for it because they just don't know how to communicate. So that's why they're like screaming, crying.
Yeah.
Right. They can't tell you, oh, I need like a hug or like they just want some milk or like, you know, something like that. Like, and then on the flip side, it's like whenever we were pregnant and the kids were screaming, I was like, oh shit, like what's wrong with the kid? After you have a kid and the kid's screaming, it's like that's just they're communicating. They're not in danger. They're not hurting. They're not dying.
Yeah.
They're just like that. So like it's you learn patience, you learn not to judge people, like you just become very like zen to me. And like that's how I felt now. It's like I'm just like you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, like
smaller stuff doesn't bother you as much.
Not one bit. You just roll with the punches real easy. You know, like and you self-sacrifice a lot. I think that's what's helped like running events. You know, it's like I got a kid, I can't go out and like I can't do pre-meets.
Yeah.
You know, or like go on cool trips, like go drifting anymore. You know, stuff like that. But then on the flip side, like I go do family trips. Or like I'm here every night for my kid. Yeah. You know, shit like that. So
less side quests.
Yeah. More of my own story arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah, like I wouldn't trade that either. Like,
you think kids are the main character?
Maybe. Damn, that's sick. Yeah, what happens when one of my kids is like gonna be like a main character? I think my boy is. Yeah. He's like fucking long. Yeah. Like 98th percentile. He's my retirement fund, I think.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think I'll put him in the league.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I want tickets when they come to my city.
Yeah, we'll get him to a signed jersey.
Oh, perfect.
Sick, right?
Yeah, I'll put it on the wall.
Rookie card.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking.
No, but like, yeah, like, I don't know, stuff like that. It's just growing up. And it's like really cool because like, I think our group of people are, we're like growing up at the same time. So everybody's like kind of like coming together. Yeah. On the dad shit and like growing up and stuff. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
It is scary.
Yeah, I'm trying to make that decision at some point.
Yeah, it's tough. Everybody has to hit that crossroad.
Yeah,
it's not for everybody. You don't have to do it. I never had planned on having kids. I never wanted kids.
Really? Mm-hmm. What changed it?
Well, my wife, we've been together for like 15 years now.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, you went through a lot of shit for me. Like, let's try a kid. Like, I owe it to you.
Yeah.
Like,
and now you don't regret it at all.
Not one bit. Not one bit. It's cool. Lily is the KU kid. Like, everybody take care of her at the event.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so fucking cool. Like our team, like all the girls, they'll play with Lily. Even the guys will. They'll hold Lily, whatever. Or like we have some ladies, some like their girlfriends from other teams from like the other out of town guys. Yeah. And like they'll play with Lily while we're doing something. Or like even at the driver's meeting on Sunday, like I was holding Lily and we were going through the driver's meeting. Yeah. And then one of the girls from San Antonio was like enticing Lily to come over. And I was like, what the fuck is Lily? Like, what does she want? Yeah. And so I just put her down on the ground. She ran right to her and picked her up. And she was just like hanging out with her while I was doing the driver's meeting. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, I don't think kids like if you have your life set up, they're not going to like change it. I mean, obviously, there's some point, but I still get to go like every kid.
I think if you've set yourself up.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Like, I think kids are scary when you don't have
a plan.
Yeah. Or like, it's like, okay, I don't know. I feel like if you're dedicated enough to anything, you'll make it happen and be able to continue to do it. And like, it's a lot of those things. Like I look at, I don't know, the homie Nacho and him having a kid and him, but you know, he's diehard, right? And it's like now his kid's like super into cars and it's like, sick. He he just brought him to the track for the first time. Yeah. And he's just eyes are like lit up, like, oh my God, like my dad's a race car driver. You know, like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
cool.
I feel like getting to live that's probably pretty sick. And then like if it is something they're interested in like
later,
you could pass it on. And
yeah.
I don't know.
I think a lot of people think I'm joking about this is Lily's car, but like this is if she wants to drift, this is her car.
Yeah.
Like it is, and the boy can have the JZX, and I'll keep the R32.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I like you. You have it planned out already.
It's been planned out. Yeah, it's just like, and if they don't want it, then that's cool. I got more cars for myself, but
yeah,
and then the wife can drive that thing.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
You can start your own team.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll get better than 7th. Fucking Christ. Fucking hate myself. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, so there's like father and son and daughter drift, like professional drift things. Do you think that it'll ever get to a point where that will be a thing at Final Bout, where they'll be like?
I think.
Because you see like.
I think so. I'd like to see it if it does happen. I'd like to see it with like Mel's kids or like Josh's son. And stuff like
that'd be cool.
Like an OG like Final Bout guy, like driving with his son kind of thing, or like daughter. Yeah. I think that would be like the perfect like full circle moment.
Yeah.
Where we've been doing it long enough that a whole generation we've
passed the torch kind of thing.
Yeah, because at first I was like, Lily can't be a car girl. Like they're so cringy. They're the fucking worst. And like I tried, like I knew she was gonna be at the events, but I was like, don't worry. But she's like full blown like into cars. Yeah. Like when we were in the garage a couple weekends ago.
But it's different. It's not. She's in it for the reasons of like. Yeah. It's a family thing.
Right. So like my thing is now is like she can be a car girl. Yeah. My goal is not to make her a cringy car girl.
Yeah. Well, you know exactly.
So like that's
know the recipe.
Yeah. So like that's the goal is like. She can be a car girl, enjoy it, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, she's not gonna be like cringy or like. I want it for her to like come natural. Because some people, all right, this is I probably shouldn't say this, but there's some car girls that like, they're not cringy, but they're not. It doesn't come natural, so it seems forced. But they're not trying to force it. That's just like they're not like smooth with it, kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I see. I mean, I don't know. But anyways.
I feel like a good example. I think it's tough. Hopefully the world changes a little bit over time.
Yeah, it needs to.
Yeah.
And that's cool because like I have a daughter. Yeah. So I want to be part of that change.
Yeah.
I want to open up. That's why we did like an all girls day.
Yeah.
At KU.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the girl drivers like, hey, can we do all girls day? Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that like we have to do.
And like if you show up to an all girls day, like it just shows that you want to just drive, that's like what it's all about. And that there's nothing cringy about wanting to just drive and get better.
No, it's just like you're interested in it. It's a safe zone for you guys because it's a different environment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy out there.
It is crazy out there. I don't know. I think if you lose speed sports, will you continue to do Knuckle Up? Will you try and find a new location?
I don't know, man. I have this thing where like we have a couple local tracks, but they're already kind of like
spoken for.
Yeah. And like I don't see those guys trying to drive speed sports, so I'd never want to impede on them. So like we have like Houston Police Academy.
Yeah.
And like there's already like 2 organizations that kind of use that track.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go over there and like
step on toes.
Yeah, as a mutual respect thing.
Okay, I see that.
So yeah, if like speed sports stops drifting, I don't think I would continue. I think I would probably do a thing that like if someone wants me to hold a Knuckle Up like elsewhere, like I would go out and do their like host the event kind of thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I've had some tracks and like communities like, hey, can you want to come do an event at our place?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I just don't have time. Like I have to plan it out pretty like strategically and like the first year with a kid, like that worked out. And then the like last year we did the field trip thing. Now I have another kid, so like I can't really do anything for like, a while. So who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, if speed sports goes away, KU will probably die.
All right. That's real.
Yeah. Just honesty,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, at least you started something.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
and
so.
I think you've created a community, and the community is not just gonna like disperse because of something.
No, I don't think so. I think they would like
somebody else
rally
step
together.
up and
or someone someone
else.
would do something else that I'm probably like not comfortable with doing, but like would carry on and stuff like that. And I've always thought about like if I need to like step away or like who do I pass the torch to or who can carry it or rebrand it or just like keep it going kind of thing. So but like my thing is like I see Simba, he's like 20 years in. Like why can't I do 20?
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to like bitch out and just fucking quit.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know. Like that's what happened to the Club Blue Skies in San Antonio.
Yeah.
They held their events and then like I think they just kind of got burnt out and they couldn't do it. I mean, they all had families and stuff like that. And like
it's hard.
It's tough.
It's hard, man.
So like but like I don't know. I just like adamant on just like keep going as long as I can.
Yeah, I respect that.
So
there's a lot of people getting into drifting, and like if you look at like I don't know, it's like the TikTok kids and this and that. Like they all want cool JDM stuff. Like it's like I don't know. I feel like it's always been kind of like that's like the subculture of drifting, and as like drifting gets bigger as a whole, like
it gets bigger and bigger. Yeah, that like section of it. Yeah, because they like it's associated with like a bunch of nerdy shit. Like this shit. Like whenever I like, because I trailer the car to work on Friday before Final Bout.
Yeah.
So I could go take it to the track.
Yeah.
My coworkers like, oh, dude, your car's out there, because they know I've been building it for like almost 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like, is that on the trailer? Yeah. Like, okay, because I had the rendering on my desktop for like the last
forever.
year.
Yeah.
And like, they're like, oh, can we go look at it? I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So we go out there. I was like, just heads up, like, this is like nerd shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is the equivalent of like some dude like heavy into like anime.
Yeah.
You know, like some like some weird ass anime that they're like super know the backstory of all the characters and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because like, you know,
to
do something like this, you have to like just sit there and study and like go over the magazines and watch the fucking videos from 15 years ago and like you know, have all this wealth of knowledge that's absolutely fucking useless. You know? And like, what do I have to show for it? This.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like,
what did they say?
Who, my coworkers?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, damn, because they don't know what the fuck they're looking at. But like, oh man, the wheels are really bright. Like, that's a lot of stickers. Or like, you know, like, oh, the car. It's like, how do you drive on this side?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Or like, I'm used to that.
Yeah, it's like, you go through a lot of tires, or you know, just like
all the same
consumer shit. Yeah. So it's just like you just gotta kind of like pencil whip the answers and just whatever. So but yeah, it's
like I probably spend less on tires than you do on ammo.
Yeah, or like
if you go shooting or whatever. That's always whatever. What I say.
Yeah.
Well, if they seem like they're like gun people, I'm just like, I'll probably spend less on tires than you do
on ammo. Yeah, that's true.
And they're always just like,
or like people that are like into like fashion, like sneakers or shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you can buy a pair of sneakers or buy a pair of tires.
Yeah.
You know,
that's real. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah. So it's like the people that are like that do both. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
It's like they're buying like fresh Jordans.
Yeah.
And shit like that. Or like whatever fancy like pants and shit like that. Or,
you know when I started to get really good at drifting is when I stopped doing everything else.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not a fashion guy at all. I wear the same fucking KU shirts all the time. And I've been wearing like, I still dress the same way that I play like college tennis. Yeah. Just like fucking tennis shorts and t-shirts and hats. Like I don't want to spend money on any kind of style or anything like that. I don't care, because it's just like, I'd rather spend my money building cars. Yeah. And going drifting.
I've gotten there. I pretty much just wear shirts people gave me at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is.
My full closet is
like I feel so
shirts people gave me.
Yeah, like I even feel bad because like a lot of like people like make drift shirts.
Yeah.
But like I hate black shirts. I don't buy black shirts.
Yeah.
Like if you ever see me at events, I don't wear black shirts.
Yeah, you don't wear. Yeah, interesting.
Because I fucking hate being hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I get
if
the
I
whole.
lived in Houston, I wouldn't wear black shirts either.
I fucking get the black shirt thing for like not getting dirty on oil in your cars and shit like that.
Yeah,
like I get that, But like just wearing black shirts, fuck that, dude. I hate that shit. It's too hot. Give me like white, light blue, like shit like that. I'm not wearing no. Oh, dude. Like my Fat Cat shirt, I bought a Fat Cat shirt because it was green.
Yeah.
It was cool. I love that shirt. That shirt's fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Black shirt, I'm not gonna buy it.
Shout out Fat Cats. Dude.
Shout out Fat Cats. They have the
Casey
coolest.
handed me a stack of like 3 shirts, and
Dude,
all
Casey's
of them
the
are
goat.
cool. All of them are cool.
They're fantastic designs.
Yeah.
They made a gray one time with Mike's car on the back.
Yeah, they gave me that. Shit's sick.
Fucking great. Gray shirt, not black. I'll buy it.
Yeah, I almost wore it today.
Yeah. No, fuck all that.
Yeah,
Nah.
but I was wearing all I brought on this trip were gray pants, so I was like, I can't
right.
pull up like that.
That's fine. Yeah, it's sick.
The gray on gray is
pushing
that's
it.
a move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
yeah.
But yeah, like it's just like dumb stuff that I like. I'm just not about. I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's like black car, black wheels. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trash.
Can't show up.
Fucking
show up all gray.
Yeah. That's like rich white man. He loves black wheels, I think. Or Harris's car. Harris's car is black on black. It looks cool.
Sorry, Harris.
But
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Black on black works.
It's tough, but like,
it's hard. There are things that are like inherently bad, but you can pull off.
yeah, absolutely. But like the maintenance on a black car is like dirty, washed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks. But yeah, there's a lot of cool shit. But
What's next for you, man?
well, I quit Final Bout this year. The team shit, so I'm done with that. I think I'm just gonna MC from now on.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I got this thing. I'm gonna try to rip this some more.
Yeah.
I have this thing. So this is like the idea to be like a rental car.
Yeah.
So
It's a 4-door G35.
yeah, 4-door G35. I got it super cheap, so I have like the wheels stacked up right there for it. Get some coilovers, weld the diff.
That's never curb surfed an intersection, I don't think. So.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, those are rare these days.
Yeah. So yeah, have people. I want to start bringing people out and drive.
Yeah.
Like this car. Like I'd love to have like you and Julian come back out and drive, because I can drive my Skyline.
I'm down.
You know, but this is just like a T28 car that we can just like jam out.
Yeah.
And have this thing. Julian can drive this fucking thing since he's used to the Z. It's the same fucking thing.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll take this.
All right, cool.
He can take what he's used to.
Yeah, it's just like stuff like that.
VQ
Like
gang.
I wanna do like cool shit like that. Bring people over and just let them like hang out and experience Texas. Because I mean,
dude, I like it here.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, summers are hot as shit and it sucks, but you know, it's cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's fun to do. But yeah, I raise my kids, do Knuckle Up, just hang out, try to get better at driving, and yeah, just be an NPC.
Yeah. It's easier that way, huh?
It's so easy. Just cruise through life, man. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Less stress.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How do you dictate where you spend your time?
So I try to like keep routines.
Yeah.
And like keep things the same thing over and over, right?
Interesting.
So like I have like a bunch of dumb nuances that I do.
Okay.
So like for work,
Yeah.
I have like for going to work, I already know what I'm going to wear because I have like 8 polos in different colors.
Yeah.
And I have the same pairs of slacks
Yeah.
that are just different colors. And I just rotate them. So I don't ever have to think about what the fuck I wear.
Smart.
So I just alleviate that.
Smart.
Right?
Yeah.
So like that, like little like nuances like that that I do. Like
that's what CEOs do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
So
a
like
big,
do
like-
that, or like on Sundays I'll just like make all my lunches. I'll eat the same thing all week. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Because it's just so like I don't know. Because I've had this mentality since playing like sports.
Yeah.
Like I'm eating for fuel, so I don't really care like
What it is.
what it is. I just need to eat just to go. So like those kind of things, like that's what I do. It's like pretty robotic.
Yeah.
But like it alleviates like the mental strain of like, oh fuck, what the fuck am I look like? I don't care what the fuck I look like.
Yeah. Interesting.
I already have it. I have a wife.
Yeah.
I have kids. I have
Yeah.
people that love me. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like I can go home and it's okay.
You don't have to worry about your drip.
What drip? It's none. It's none at all, dude. I'm just a dad. But yeah, like that shit, or you know, like just try to like know where I need to be, kind of thing. Like I know it's important for me to be home with my kids,
Yeah.
or like be at work, or like one thing like in work, that I've been incorporating is that if a meeting is pointless to me, I'll walk out.
That's savage. I love that.
Like today I walked past my boss and the safety person, the safety lady, and they just jokingly said, "Oh, it's Jimmy's fault." I said, "There's no disciplinary action in this place, so I'm good." And I just kept walking because like I call my workout all the time. Like you can get away with capital murder at my work, and no one fucking cares. Like you can't ever get fired. They don't write people up or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like I got my coffee.
Yeah.
I drink like that kind of shit. Like I'll drink the office coffee. Like I don't get Starbucks or anything like that. You know. Anyways, I was just like walking past with my coffee, and they're just jokingly saying, "Oh yeah, it's Jimmy's fault." Like whatever situation. And I was like, "There's no disciplinary action in this place. Like I'll do whatever the fuck I want." And I just kept walking. Like this was like, don't care about the shit that really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like if it doesn't affect you, don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah. Same thing with the car stuff. Like if you have a low car, like what is my tall car? This isn't even a tall car.
Yeah.
It's really not that tall.
The best part is you were like I was a big why your car is high, it's ugly, why like, I was there.
I've been converted.
Yeah. Yeah,
because it works. I tried it.
Yeah, you've been bathed in the waters of fucking
Naoki,
fucking
Lake Minnetonka. Have you drank for the water of Lake Minnetonka? Holy shit! No, but like, yeah, it's just like I swallowed my pride and I was like, let me try it out, and it worked, kind of thing. Or, you know, but I get it. It's easier. Like I said, like I went off track trying to drive the car, learning it, and like nothing broke. I was like.
You're like, oh, this is nice.
Fucking cheat code.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have to spend $500 to fix a fucking bumper.
Yeah, you just turn.
Because I don't have time to fucking do it, so I got to pay someone else to do it.
Yeah, you just turn damage off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking turn damage off. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, split my time up. Just try to figure out what I got to, like, do. And, like, what's priority? Family.
Yeah.
And then, you know, whatever else I want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Was family always number one, or now that you have kids?
It's kind of now with the kids, it's different. Like I didn't grow up like a very like big family people. Like it was just me and my mom and my dad.
Gotcha.
That's just how it was.
Yeah.
But Kayla, my wife, she's a big family person.
I see.
Like they have the biggest family recorded book in Texas.
Whoa.
So they have like all like everybody who gets married, it gets updated like every like 5 years or 10 years.
That's crazy.
So they have the biggest record, like recorded record of their family lineage in Texas.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they have like all that shit. So like she's big into family. I'm not. I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
Like my friends are my family.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
So, yeah, it's been pretty crazy change, but I mean it's good change. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely lived a pretty cool life.
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last podcast we did, you talked about rolling a car in Japan.
Yeah, this time I didn't touch a car in Japan.
Yeah.
I bought one.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I go, maybe I'll have the courage to drive again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. Jam on the Assetto with the boys.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to fucking drive, hit me up. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Yeah, I got to learn that thing.
Yeah.
I got to start downloading that shit and getting used to it.
Yeah.
I got nothing but time now because I'm at home locked.
Yeah.
So
I just look at it as like I said before, it's like the gym. Like if you got to train, and if you're not training, everybody else is, and like
getting left in the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd probably set it up this week, honestly. Just bolt it to my desk. I really wanted like a stand, like a thing, but like
so it's like its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I think it's just I was like, when am I gonna get time to like build one? I mean, I go buy one, I guess, but like I'd rather just like So I'll just bolt it to the fucking table and just go.
Yeah.
Better drive something than nothing.
Yeah, at least like feel it out.
Yeah. Set it up and shit like that. So yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
dude, no
bringing
problem.
me into
I think
your
it's
garage.
time to go pick up Lily anyway, so that worked out perfect.
Nice.
Yeah. Gotta go pick her up from daycare.
Well, yeah. Cool. Thanks for doing this again.
Yeah, dude. Anytime.
Nice check-in.
Yeah, I'll see you in another 4 years.
Yeah, I'll probably see you in Shawano. I'll either be on the mic with you or I'll be driving.
Yeah, we'll be on the mic.
Or talking trash about
I'm talking mad shit about you. I already told Simba, I said if Palmer's driving, then I'll just solo it.
Yeah. He usually like pick somebody you can decide.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I got to figure it out. I think Martino's probably gonna drive a front street this year, so
yeah, it
might be
seems like
solo.
he is. Yeah,
yeah. So it'd be cool. That's fine though.
Yeah, you can handle it.
Yeah, I'll carry it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Sick. Thanks for having me in your home.
Yeah, dude, no problem.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.